definitely Sonic. What
I always
the
think
fuck's
Tails.
happening there?
Ugh.
What is happening in the playback? Hold on.
What's up?
Is that an Elgato thing? Whoa! What is that?
I don't know. What is that?
Hold on, the stream's. Okay, so it's not in the. It's not happening in the stream. Huh? That's. Okay. Okay. Right. Sorry. That was very weird. I'll explain in a moment. First off, D-Dag guys, it's me, Sergeantmajormario. What is up? Welcome back to Sonic Unleashed. I am here with.
System 509.
Yeah! Last time we were here, Eggman blew up the Earth, because of course he did, and we managed to get to one of the Gaia temples. This time we are going to talk to Professor Pickle and see what the hell's going on. Okay, so I'm just going to go over what I saw. So...
What did you see?
Yeah, so the Elgato playback was spazzing out big time. Like...
Ooh.
It was on the title screen, and then it kept like flickering to the world map, and according to the game audio, it was being blasted at 100%, even though it's on 29. So yeah, and I looked and I noticed that it wasn't set to live, like live playback. So I think it got a bit confused.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, so I had to make sure the stream playback was coming in fine, so that it wouldn't do anything weird, you know?
Yeah. And right off the bat, watching Chip's idle animation makes me remember why I hate him so much. Look at that stupid look on his fucking face. I hate him. Stomp him against the goddamn wall or something.
So, how was your Easter?
Well, we're on lockdown, so I couldn't see anybody. My parents dropped off an Easter egg at the front door. That was nice of them.
Ah, which one?
Celebrations.
Celebrate. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, there were so many like fucking like bundle shits during Christmas and stuff, like hero celebrations, roses.
Yeah.
Do you remember when celebrations used to have truffle in them?
No, was that a thing?
Yeah, they had truffle before Twix came in.
Truffle. I don't remember that.
It was like Galaxy Truffle?
No, ringing a bell.
Huh. Just me then, huh? The life I live is sad.
I never ate a lot of sweets growing up. I was always told not to because it's bad for your teeth.
You had a weird childhood.
Weird doesn't cover half of it. Amy!
Oh yeah, I love...
Their model is amazing in this game. It looks so good.
It is a nice model.
Better than the Generations one, I think. Watch it be the same fucking model. Watch it be the same model, just rendered differently.
I don't think it is. I think her hair is a little bit longer in this model.
You ever see fan art of her with long hair? She looks surprisingly good with it.
She does. Then again, most characters, honestly, I think look better with blonde hair. Long hair.
Blonde hair.
Shut up.
I want to see blonde Amy now. Oh, wouldn't that be Super Amy?
No, actually, it wouldn't. Hold on, I forgot to share this leak. Link.
Link.
What is wrong with me?
Share a leak.
Anyway.
I don't like how her feet aren't moving though. That's annoying me.
I noticed she has a bit of a more like feminine, like she go back to how she was in Adventure, where she'd like bend her knees towards each other.
Yeah, that's a weird anime thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I saw that in Sailor Moon.
Apparently, like it's like a trope in anime with some young girls, but honestly, I've no idea. Honestly, I want to talk about Amy's like phrasing there. I can't believe you turned into that thing. Amy is still me.
What do you mean, you racist fuck? We're going against wolves.
What the fuck are you talking about, Amy?
Amy's from the south.
Alright, Pickle, where have I got to go?
Sergeantmajormario, have you heard of the drama about YouTube siding with a reactor called Susie Lou who abused the copyright system? You're going to have to explain that a bit more, Zach.
God, what's this now?
I'm going to assume Susie Lou is a YouTube reactor who got her videos taken down for stealing content. And YouTube probably sided with her because she's probably more famous than the person she reacted to.
Or probably because she's a woman. I mean, have you heard about the Twitch mods and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, Twitch is very sexist against men. It's very strange.
Like, I spoke about this to Mia during the Kirby stream, but like when some male streamers are believed to say something similar to the N-word but not quite, and you know Moist Critical, Penguin Zero as he goes by now.
Yeah, I've seen a few of his things.
He said Jaeger, like Jaeger bomb, and of course people were saying like, dude, you can't say it, you're gonna get banned, thinking he said the N-word, which he didn't. And when some male streamers get like banned for doing so, of course they have to appease, and it can take forever to do so. Of course, if a female streamer gets banned and she appeases, it's gonna be done straight a fucking way.
Yeah, Twitch is made by simps. It's very strange.
Susie Lou is basically the gamer guide who copyright strikes people for criticizing. Oh, for God's sake, one of those people.
Don't talk about that guy. We don't like that guy around here.
Well, I mean, I hate people who can't take criticism. I mean, for God's sake, right? The Sonic page that I'm an admin on, I've lost count at the amount of times people have reported comments and posts by people saying, oh, I didn't like the Sonic film. I thought it was a bit rubbish. Like, seriously, they reported for hate speech. Straight up hate speech. Hey, I kid you not. Hate speech.
What planet are you from where you think that's hate speech?
Also, I just realized something really funny.
What?
I just talk shit about the page, and I just shared the link to the page. Hey guys, it's your admin!
It's okay, the admin's above the rules.
actually, we're not.
Yeah, I shouldn't make jokes about that. People will take it seriously.
Yeah.
Well, that reminded me of a situation where a guy on Twitch, he was playing World of Warcraft, and he was fighting against a bunch of monsters called Nagas, N-A-G-A. And after he said their name a few times, he got banned for 2 weeks for racist comments.
Oh God.
He appealed it, and they didn't. It took a while to get through.
Of course.
But that became a whole thing.
I wonder how Sonic would take all of those comments. Oh, you thought my film was bad? Oh well, fuck you then, dude.
Sonic's so fast he can go back in time and see what the original version was going to be like.
Oh, what, like fucking Superman flying around the Earth?
He can go back in time and watch the Gremlin version of Sonic if he wants to.
No, do you think that's what it was?
What?
You know, like...
Oh, Sonic went back in time to get rid of the old version?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? He went to the cinema. What the fuck is this? No. He turns into Super Sonic, flies around very fucking quickly. I love the design of the Chunnan characters. Like, she's cute.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind these people coming back. I know I said that on the last stream.
I would love it if these people came back.
She was pushing you. That was cool.
I know, right?
I remember there was a joke in one of the Sonic comics where they talked about how Sonic could possibly be able to grind with his shoes. Because it makes no sense that he would need a lot of grip to run as fast as he does. But then he can grind on rails like it's no problem.
I mean,
and it does.
I mean, he can stand on the wing of Tails' plane and be completely fine.
Yeah.
My headcanon for him being able to stand on Tails' plane was like that there were like small grooves that like would fit in like the gaps of his shoes.
Those little tiny bits? Yeah.
Yeah. Like that was always my headcanon.
I guess that's good as any.
But YouTube sides with her, and now YouTube is making a policy that flags people for commentaries because YouTube thinks criticism is hate speech, according to YouTube. Well, we just spoke shit about those people. Guess my stream's getting flagged.
Tommy, why does your YouTube stream say Grand Wizard?
What?
No, it's a KKK joke.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude! For God's sake.
What?
You know, if this was an anime, she looked like the kind of like strict mum that you see the main protagonist deal with.
She looks like Shampoo's grandmother from Ranma.
Who?
You never watched that growing up?
Wait, what? Sorry?
You never watched Ranma growing up?
I don't recall it.
Oh, dude, that is a classic anime. I'll introduce you to it one time.
You said shampoo, and I was like, wait a minute.
That's a character's name.
I know, but it's like out of context, you know?
Oh, they had some really stupid names on that show.
Alright, so...
I think the woman who invented it just named them after whatever she could see in the room when she was writing it.
We can't go there yet, so we got to switch to nighttime.
Henry, did you say you're going to make a video out of that time travel joke?
Henry, you better give us fucking credit.
Blatantly stolen from Sergeantmajormario's stream.
Hey, he fucking stole one of my theories.
Oh, dude, I saw recently a picture of the werehog shaved. It was hilarious.
Actually, his fur is an alpha texture.
What's that mean?
It's like a texture put onto the model, like a texture put onto the model that isn't the model's original texture itself.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, okay. So let's say you have a box, right, and you paint that box blue, right?
Yeah.
That blue color is the box's texture. But say you wanted to put another, but say you wanted to look a bit like frosty, so you put another texture sheet on top of it. That's an alpha texture.
So he's got an extra texture following the model around at all times?
Pretty much, yeah.
That sounds kind of
like
wasteful.
Like clothes are technically alpha. Well, I mean, you say that, but it is in a way it is actually better on resources because Werehog Sonic is an alpha texture. It is actually saving on resources because otherwise these would be separate models. His fur would be. When in actuality they are just a bunch of 2D planes all just meshed together.
Huh.
So
that's really interesting.
So if you were to look at his model and model's resource, he doesn't have the texture sheet.
That sounds like it would be a nightmare to figure out. No one uses the werehog. I say that Belina Products' biggest video is based entirely on the werehog.
Really?
Well, actually, is it his biggest video? I don't know. I don't watch his stuff very often.
Wait, who? Sorry.
Belina Productions.
Oh. I mean, like it is possible to get the texture back on it, but at the end of the day, with the models that he uses, I wouldn't be surprised if they're custom models that he probably paid someone to do.
Oh, dude, go back and get that sun medal.
Oh, was there a sun medal? Oh shit! Let me beat the shit out of these guys first.
It's one of those. It's like the chainsaw in Doom 2. If you just turn around and go like 2 feet back, you can get a secret kind of situation.
Yeah.
So you've had some time to play this game now. How are you feeling about it so far?
I mean, the only time I see it. I mean, the only time I've actually played it is during the streams. So
you must have an idea how whether you like it or not.
Oh, I like it. I never said it didn't.
Cool.
Honestly, like I do have issues with it, but I do kind of prefer Generations more.
Well, same here, really. But I mean, I just absolutely love this game.
But you know, I will appreciate Unleashed for all it's done because I do like the boost mechanic when it's done right, like in Generations and Unleashed, and Colors for that matter.
Yeah, Colors changed it up a little bit, didn't they?
I think what they've done, I think the main thing they changed was like, oh, now you need white wisps instead of rings.
Yeah, they made it harder to maintain the boost, which I think it actually is in its favor.
I mean, that doesn't bother me, but you know, of course, people are picky.
I think in this game it was too easy to have maximum boost all the time.
I mean, in the context, in the context of Colors' plot, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But in Forces, it makes none.
They did it. I know you don't like it when people do this, but they did explain in the comics why the wisps are there. It's canon. It's the canon explanation. They just put it in the comics to explain it in there. But apparently a bunch of the wisps from Colours decided not to go back to the alien planet.
Look, okay, that's a bullshit reason.
That's apparently the canon reason. Some of the aliens just didn't go back and now they live on Earth.
And now they're forced to be guns.
Basically. But they kind of like it, apparently. I don't know why they like it.
What you don't hear is whenever the Avatar shoots the wisp in the wisp, it says, "Harder, Daddy!"
Oh, shoot me harder, Daddy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Actually, I'm looking forward to... they've got translators in that book now, so we'll get to actually hear them speak, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. I want to know what the writers do with the talking wisps.
Oh yeah, they still speak in like binary and shit, don't they? But
now they're fully translated so we can understand them instead of just the characters. It's going to be fucking great.
Well, no, not just the characters. Tails. Only Tails can read it because, you know, fuck English. Nah. He says make it difficult. Speaking of fucking binary.
Why did he do that? Binary is so much fun to fucking read.
I like to believe that like you know, there weren't mistranslations. He was still trying to read binary.
Oh yeah, I need an excuse to learn binary, so I'm gonna
translate the fucking wisps into binary.
Actually, Gear and Static Shock did that shit too. Why?
Wait, what?
You ever see the cartoon show Static Shock?
No. I don't think I've heard of it.
The Static's sidekick, he's like a really smart guy.
Yeah.
So he uses tech to help him out. And for some reason, the helmet that he wears translates everything into binary instead of English. And there's never an explanation for why he did that.
I really hate those tropes where like they're nerds, so they do everything nerdy. I mean,
this was a long time ago, so I don't think it was quite as big of a cliche as it is nowadays. Like,
well, yeah, but I mean, when it's used nowadays, it's pretentious as all shit.
Oh god, yeah. Is he in my voice crack then? Nah.
I feel attacked, man.
Mr. Willinger, it happened again.
Wait, what's that reference from? That sounds very familiar.
The Simpsons when Homer steals the grease from the...
Right, yeah, that was it.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was the fucking... He stole all the food.
Oh wait, no! I know exactly what it is. It's when Krusty Burger introduced the Rib Witch, and Homer was drooling so much from the sauce.
Oh god, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was when Lisa was part of us was entering like spelling bee, and she found out it was like rigged or some shit.
Oh god, now I remember that. Yeah.
But and like in the trailer when Krusty tries, he says, "I don't mind the taste."
I like in the movie when he has to spit out the burger because he almost swallows some of the juice.
I think I remember. No. He didn't swallow the juice, but he does always spit out the Krusty Burger. I remember in one of the Krusty Burger adverts, they like he gets ready to eat it, and then they do a close up on someone else's mouth eating the fucking burger.
Oh my god! I accidentally swallowed some hardcore peppers, and now my throat's killing me.
Hardcore peppers.
He did it so enemies don't know what he knows in case his shit gets stolen.
But I'm pretty sure Eggman can read fucking binary if he has an IQ of 300.
Can he though? I don't believe Eggman can read binary. I don't think he's quite that good.
Well, we've never seen it, but I'm pretty sure he can. In fact, no. I bet you fucking like Jim Carrey Eggman can read fucking binary. Just because.
Oh yes, that dude can read binary. Yeah, I can totally buy that. I can't buy it from regular Eggman, but I can buy it from the Jim Carrey Robotnik. I love these quick time events.
I just love the stock doorbell sound when you get them right.
The stock doorbell sound or the stock puke sound from Chronicles.
So
I can read it to a point.
So this is a fun thing.
You can read binary. I refuse to believe you can read binary.
Yeah, fuck off. You cannot convince me you can read binary. That's like me saying I'm fluent in fucking ones and zeros.
Do you ever see that joke on Futurama when they go stay in the haunted mansion overnight?
Oh, I know exactly what you're about. I can't remember the exact quote, but it's like, it's just gibberish. Sees it in the mirror and he starts freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, he says, 0110010, and then Bender's like, "What? It's just gibberish." And then he looks in the mirror and he reads it backwards and then starts freaking out.
Apparently translated, it's 666. Thing is,
that's great.
The thing is, what made the Futurama writing so genius is that like the people who wrote it had actual like fucking scientific degrees and shit like that.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. They were insanely smart people for some reason. Apparently, geniuses are just good at jokes.
Like, they did make up their own language, and when people started translating it, they decided to make another language in the Futurama world.
Oh, Futurama was so good. Have you got to do this whole section over here again?
I mean, I don't have to, but I do want the experience points.
Oh, okay.
I want the fucking Gaia crystals, man!
I would have been upset if it was mandatory.
Nah, it's not. Honestly, over here was a record and a moon medal, and a full life ring.
Plus, make the Tails joke make sense. Oh shit! Sam wants in. Get in here, yo.
Well, we're calling in the group call, so, you know.
Apparently her phone didn't tell us we were going. Hey, Sam!
Hey, Sam!
It's freaking cold!
Turn on the heater.
It is very cold. Get
I
up
have
back
on
in.
a heater. It's just really cold.
Also, what happened
I don't
earlier?
tolerate heat well.
Because like I said, because I did say I was streaming. I was like, hey, do you want to join? And then suddenly you went offline. It's like, oh, I'll take that as a no then.
Oh, phone Discord didn't tell me shit.
We ain't found shit.
Hey Sam, if you're cold, just make your neighbour set fire to his apartment again.
Oh, don't get me started. Yesterday, I kept smelling smoke. So yesterday was just consisting of me and my mom trying to clean the apartment, trying to get rid of the smoke smell.
Ugh.
And me, yesterday, I was so paranoid about it that I kept going into the hallway and checking downstairs to see if it was a repeat of Saturday. Because for all I know, someone could have burnt Easter dinner twice in a row.
I mean, it's Easter Monday, so, you know, time for leftovers.
Well, so, you know, there are those who cook like a day or two ahead, so, you know.
Fuck you.
But yeah, so I kept smelling smoke yesterday, and yesterday was not fun, because it involved a lot of cleaning of the house. And my mom's exhausted. She's taking a nap right now, because poor woman's exhausted. Give that woman a round of applause, because I no longer smell smoke, and she deserves a standing ovation. Hey! Stream highlight applauding Sam's mom.
Excuse me? I tried to cover that up too, it's knocked out.
But yeah, so you know, we were working hard all day yesterday trying to get rid of the smoke smell, and for the most part it's gone. I haven't smelled anything today, but I am like paranoid now of just some asshole downstairs is gonna set their apartment on fire and I'm gonna die in a blaze because someone wanted turkey. But yeah, so I'm gonna see what other things I can organize and
that's a
today,
fucking satisfying as hell move to do.
and yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do laundry this week too. I should probably get the stream up on, you know, on the internet browser.
Yeah, that might help.
I love how absolutely over the top violent Sonic gets in some of these combos.
Yeah, I know, right? My favorite.
It's unnecessary.
My favorite is the one where he just cartwheels all over the place.
I love those silly little ones, yeah. So apparently this was supposed to be Knuckles gameplay back when multiple characters were playable.
Knuckles and Shadow were planned to be in the Empire City. Now, Shadow I can understand. The fuck was Knuckles doing there?
Hey, it makes about as much sense as him being in Sonic Heroes.
I mean, back then he had an established purpose of defending the Master Emerald, not so much in Unleashed.
So apparently they were going to put Knuckles in this game? That's not just a popular fan solution to fixing Unleashed?
No, Knuckles and Shadow were originally planned to be in it. Apparently there is like some code that they were going to be in Empire City.
Huh.
Though as far as I'm aware, it's unstated if they had any plot purpose or anything like that.
Yeah, because like you commonly hear like how fans will fix Unleashed, like, oh, just replace the Werehog with Knuckles.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, if Knuckles was originally planned, how did stretchy arms and extendo fingers happen?
I mean that's assuming he was going to be playable.
Yeah.
I think Empire City should be GUN's headquarters.
I mean, GUN don't exist anymore, so...
They exist as long as I believe in them.
She is pretty to me!
And according to Gary, he's been on vacation from his job for a long time.
He's been fishing a lot.
Nephew
I have
fandom,
been,
it's like he's
I have
fired.
been guarding the Master Emerald for so long. I have so many sick days to use. I'm using them in bulk.
I don't remember that quote. Is that from real time?
Yeah,
that
the
true?
retired thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, along with Corpus Colossum.
I don't remember that one. Oh, he's
It
going
was
for
for
the
the
high road.
writers.
Oh!
Right,
That is the first time I've
so-
ever successfully pulled that off.
Nice. Good job.
Werehog exists because plot, says Super Sam Stack.
I remember I heard from Henry, apparently this was meant to be, like, Sonic's last game because of poor sales.
Huh.
That would have been depressing.
But then it sold brilliantly.
Yeah, that would have been depressing if your last hurrah is turning into a friggin' werewolf.
I mean, yeah, but considering the high budget this game has compared to, like...
And considering the song Endless Possibilities as well, that just feels like a shonen anime ending when the series ends.
I mean, not to mention the ending, Dear My Friend, which a lot of people hate it. I personally love that little credits piece.
It's a nice song. It's good for a rainy day. It's really rainy and windy and cold here, so I might listen to that later while I'm
shit!
cleaning or something.
They went over the top on these buzzsaws. Oh my god.
Well, you take the high road. Like there's better goodies, but it's a more difficult time.
Oh, he's on fire!
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh no, wolf on fire!
There we
No.
So which boss are we heading towards? Is this the ice dragon?
No, that. Ah, yes, China, known for its ice worms. No, the Gaia Phoenix.
I can never keep track of which one's which because they don't do anything plot related. They just exist, and there's never any explanation for them.
Yeah.
E.
I've got nothing to say to that. You're absolutely right.
It's a pretty level, though.
It is. I mean, all of HD Unleashed is fucking beautiful. Not as beautiful
makes me
as
wonder what I'm gonna
Mario Kart
see in the
8,
PS2
because,
version.
of course not, but-
Didn't this game have a shitty mobile game?
Yes,
I feel
yes
like
it
it
did. Yes it did.
Oh, I want to play that. I bet it was dreadful.
It wasn't like iPhone game. I can't remember what you could get it on. I think you can only get it now via emulators, but yeah.
I'd be impressed if it was a fucking iPhone game, considering the iPhone didn't exist.
Well, 2008? No, the iPhone was out there, wasn't it?
I think you had iPods, maybe. I don't know
iPods,
about
I
games.
remember. I don't remember when iPhone came out.
Look it up. Look it
I
up.
had
And then
a,
iPhone back in the day was like, you know.
Wait, actually,
still-
hold on.
Thank
Hold
you.
a minute.
I think I had a flip phone back in these days.
I also had a flip phone. I had a flip phone until 2013.
Okay, Google.
I miss flip phones.
So do I.
When did the iPhone first come out?
The date of introduction of iPhone was the 29th of June 2007.
Oh shit! Did they have games back then?
Well, I mean, Angry Birds and Cut the Rope.
Were they launched? I don't know.
I know there was Sonic 1 on the iPod.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
but,
you know
but,
what,
that was like kind of the shitty phone version before
You know, I tell
Christian
a lot.
Whitehead became a thing.
I tell a lie. I didn't used to have a flip phone. At one point, I had an N-Gage.
Oh my
You had
god,
an
you
N-Gage?
had an N-Gage?
It was a gift.
You had a taco phone?
Wait, did you have the
It was a
first?
gift.
Did you have the first model or the second model?
I had the one that had Sonic N on it. That's all I remember.
Yeah,
The
but
taco one?
no. I asked because the first model you could only answer calls on its side.
Yeah, the taco phone.
Dude, I never used it as a phone once the entire time I had it. That was a fucking Game Boy for me.
Christ, that's like saying you had a Gizmondo. Do you still have it?
Oh god, no, I fucking threw
That's
that
like
piece of
saying
shit
you
away.
had a 3DO.
So, no, not Sonic M, Sonic N.
N.
It's N for N-Gage, because that's what the phone was called.
Get it? N-gauge. That's an N-gauge. Funny. Laugh.
Laugh,
Laugh at
everybody,
Sonic.
laugh.
Fuck, here we go.
Point at the hedgehog and laugh.
Oh, good lord. I didn't know there was a ship back here.
Okay, the problem is, the Werehog's platforming really isn't the best.
You can't stop him.
No. The problem is, his movements, it's sort of like Mega Man's, where he sort of like takes a step, like, whoop, and then moves.
The VHS tape.
Like, even when you're jumping, it honestly takes a bit. And yeah, I'm not gushing about the double jump because he has the double jump at the start, and honestly, the double jump isn't really used that much here.
A double jump you don't like?
It isn't that good of a double jump. I always feel like a second jump should have more speed and more distance to it than the regular jump, and this doesn't do
What
that.
the fuck? I didn't even notice that's over there. I can't even get over there, though. What's over there?
Oh, I think I've tried to get over there a few times and I can't do it. You just die.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot how clutch that is! Oh my god!
Yeah!
That's so goddamn clutch!
Well, let's see if we can get back.
Oh fuck, I gotta go back!
I gotta go back, Danny. I gotta
Chip,
go back.
can we stay here?
Chip, can you reach the goal ring for me, please?
Fuck
Yeah,
you,
wait.
Sonic. Chip! Ah, shit! Fuck, I gotta do all that again!
Aww.
Oh,
I like how the spoilers come. Oh, that's depressing.
I mean, at least the collectibles are collected, even still.
Hold on to hope for the next speed section.
You know, I have the stream muted, so I'm just assuming you're hearing nothing but a wild jazz band, and it's super effective.
No, actually, this might be a bit of, if I recall correctly, I think they do kind of base the instrumentation based on, like, the local...
Wait, hold on, can't you just skip the fight? The lever's right there.
But now it's personal. Fuck this big mama bullshit. I want to prove a point!
This guy reminds me of Zomon. He spins like him too.
There we go. Sonic Unleashed Mobile was released for old keypad phones. It was not released in America. Really?
I knew it! I knew it wasn't on iPhones.
I mean, yeah, but I didn't say it was on iPhones.
I know, but I just like to reaffirm myself when I'm right about stuff, because it doesn't happen very often.
Stroke my ego more.
I don't get to do it very often. I'm usually wrong about everything.
Aww. That's not the
I
case.
believe is what the kids say. Mood?
It took me until yesterday to find out you can get Mabel. How to get Mabel in Animal Crossing.
What,
I'm still
what,
trying to
New
figure out how to...
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
still
even know
trying to
she
figure out how to get more people to my island, and now Tom Nook has forced me to, you know, get everyone supplies for their freaking houses, and that unprepared mother floofer. Like, seriously. Like, how could you promote a getaway package that's basically move to this island where you'll be indebted to me forever and not have housing prepared?
Have you not
It's like, what kind of
played
cult
Animal
does Tom
Crossing
Nook
before?
have? No, this is my first Animal Crossing game, and I would protect Timmy and Tommy Nook with my life.
I mean, the main plot of it. I mean, the main plot of most of the Animal Crossing games is you owe Tom Nook debt.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, but in this
well,
case, it's... For all we know, Tom Nook could be trying to start Jonestown Part 2 Electric Boogaloo by having a private island where he starts a cult, you know?
Nah, he's too nice for that. He's actually one of the nicest characters I've ever seen in any work of fiction. He just happens to be a lone guy.
I feel bad for those kids and their non-existent mother.
Yeah, they never had a childhood. They have to work since from their childhood. Poor little guys.
You know, while Dad's off collecting debt, it's just been me and my brother. We just want to have a shop and live in peace and be happy. But Dad's always starting these crazy schemes that involve a lot of people owing him money, and I don't know how to feel about it.
Oh, dude, the boss theme. I'm listening to the.
I love the Werehog boss theme. I love it more than the daytime boss theme.
It's cool.
It's like fucking jazz band gone nuts.
Yeah, I like jazz.
Okay, so the
Let
dark.
me see if I can find
So the
it.
dark guy Phoenix. So the way you beat him is on fire. So what do? You douse him with water and try not to get on fire yourself.
Dog on fire. So you're either gonna be a wet dog or a dog on fire.
Watch out, that looks like a homing shot.
Oh, fuck you. Be careful! Oh god, I just imagine Chip saying, "Be careful, Sonic!"
Don't talk about Chip.
You got this, Sonic.
You got this, Sonic.
You've got the power.
Phoenix, in your own time, if you like to, you know, calm down so I can beat the shit out of you, that'd be great.
Actually, speaking of jazz and Werehog, that reminds me of I've begun a little bit of a quest. You see, whenever I try to make a mashup, I try to like put a pin in songs that I like to try to combine them with things for the sake of comedy or just spontaneity. And what I would love to do is just take songs from Unleashed and just combine them with songs from the Real Tuesday Weld.
Oh, God,
Specifically, the Real Tuesday Weld's The Last Werewolf soundtrack.
is that maybe put...
Did you mess that up?
Yeah, I messed that up.
Shit.
I
didn't know.
had the Nintendo color controls in mind.
Oh, it's the Y button. It's always that damn Y button.
No, because on the Switch, on like the SNES and stuff, A is yellow.
Oof. Awkward. I get confused by the Y button because it's a different space every time it shows up on a control.
No, you're thinking of the X button.
Oh, well, one of them.
There is
What's
one
that?
button that always confuses me.
I told you I was wrong about everything.
There we go.
I love how it gets wet and sits on more water.
It's like
by the way.
I've been defeated. Tommy, have you gotten a D rank yet? Yeah, I did actually. Can't remember which level, but I did do it in the last stream. It was Werehog levels. Oh fuck, what level was it?
You gotta
It's
be in that
weird
last
seeing
level.
Sonic beat up a Phoenix.
Oh, it was nighttime rooftop run. But Gary, I think you're referring to the E rank where the magic happens.
Yeah.
You mean the magic of Werehog just walks off screen?
No, E rank is okay. So a live orchestra plays the opening cutscene as well as the main theme and the results screen. It if you get E rank, they play bad purposely. So
I think what they did was they just did it without the conductor.
I don't know the behind the scenes to it, but it's still brilliant. It's just like
great. It's good, I love it.
I like where
Just do that in more games.
I like where Hulk Sonic just like flops to the floor.
I got a bad rank, I'm just gonna die now.
It's so weird seeing Sonic beat up a bird.
He's so vicious. Look, he's going for a cup shot.
Yeah,
He's going for below the belt. You fucking don't do that.
this is why I love werewolves.
Whoa! What the?
And
Whoa!
that's why I'll
What the
always
fuck?
find Werehog weird.
Okay, Sonic, I didn't realize you could just zip across the water like that. What the fuck?
Also, Jason Griffith's wolf noises are kind of sexy.
What that? You saw that?
Yeah, you speeded up a little bit. That was weird.
I just unpaused.
Bah. Nice. Oh, you got to hit him twice now. Cool.
Ah shit! Ah fuck! Ah god! Ah god! What the hell are your feathers made of?
Flame retarded.
I love it when bird characters can shoot feathers like darts. I don't know why I like that so much. It's
It's
always
an
been a
aesthetic
thing. For me.
thing.
Yeah, Longclaw.
I wish the
does
Riders
that.
characters could do it.
She'd probably still be alive if she could do that.
Who would?
Longclaw.
Maybe she could
no,
still
Mom,
be alive.
no,
We don't
Mom.
know. We don't know.
Oh sweet! I got the air drill.
I wanted to come back, but with only one wing, and maybe like getting shot in the wing made it so she had to lose that wing.
One winged
Oh,
owl.
no.
Basically, that'd be cool.
My name is Longclaw. I am evil for some.
I don't know. Is that a reference to something? I don't know what that is.
Sephiroth, One Winged Angel, Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, I never played all the way through that game.
I've not played it at all, but I know One Winged Angel.
Sonic, no, don't.
Fucking
Not below the
suplex,
belt.
motherfucker. What if
How
Jet?
do you suplex a bird?
What if Jet the Hawk was here? That's my mother, you bastard!
I don't sound anything like Sonic. What are you talking about?
What do you mean with the same voice actor?
I don't sound anything like
Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or that guy who helps Professor Pickle.
Nah, this is fucking One of my favorite Jason Griffith roles is when he played a tennis duelist in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
You showed us that.
Purely for how stupid, like, the concept of it is, where it's like, huh, you're Jaden Yuki, huh? You must love Alexis Rhodes. I'm gonna duel you for her love. And then, like, at the end of it, Jaden wins the duel, obviously, and he just goes up to Alexa, and is like, so, I guess I'm your fiance now. And it's like, wait, what?
Children's card games determine arranged marriages now.
I guess. Does that mean you and Corey are gonna have to compete to see if Corey gets to marry me or not?
Over a card game?
What?
With Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I mean, you know, I'll win, but sure.
If he believes in the heart of the cards, then he'll win, no problem.
How would you rank the 7 main Nintendo consoles? No handhelds and no Virtual Boy. I mean, I love all of them, so, you know.
I love the Virtual Boy, so I'm not taking part in this biased quiz.
I mean, thing is, I've never touched the GameCube, and I don't have an NES, and I've only experienced the SNES with the SNES Mini, so I can only talk about 4 of them.
I can't talk about Nintendo consoles at all because I wasn't raised on Nintendo. We got a Wii at some point, but it wasn't like our go-to console in my household. I was raised in a PC and PS2 household.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't have multiple consoles until I was like old.
I used to be a Nintendo kid. I only had the Sega Game Gear, which is how I played Sonic. But then we got the PlayStation, and I was PlayStation for a long time. And then the PS3 came out, and it was shit, so we moved to 360 for a bit.
Did I tell you about Sony's response to when people said it was too expensive?
The PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh god, no.
So when
Also, I just realized something.
What?
I just realized something. You know how I'm always going on about petting things and making animals my friends?
Let me guess, you want to pet the Phoenix?
No, Chip's thing is chocolate.
Yeah.
He's a dog. He'll die for eating that.
Yeah, he's like a Pomeranian with a bad haircut. So, like, why does he have so many Why does he have so much chocolate? You're gonna die.
Anyway, but yeah, so when the PS3 came out, first came out, it was like £600. Like,
Is this a sandwich scene?
yeah, that's a sandwich. That is a detailed ass sandwich.
Show me the sandwich. I want to see it. I love this sandwich. Yes! Look at it!
How can he even?
It's too high def.
His mouth doesn't even open wide enough to take that big ass bite.
What's
Yeah,
on
he's
it?
gonna have
I'm
to cut
seeing
that
ham.
up.
I'm seeing
I'm
ham.
seeing tomatoes.
I'm seeing ham, cucumber, tomatoes, olives. I think
Looks like some sort of peppers.
I see some gherkins.
Pickles, definitely.
Someone modded the stage for Generations to be nothing but that sandwich. Everything. It was fantastic.
Well, I remember someone replaced Sonic's model with Professor Pickle.
But hey, the PS3 got better throughout the years. Did it though?
No.
Because I remember
They
it taking
got-
like half a day to install one game.
Well, the thing is, okay, right. So as I was trying to say, right. So when the PS3 originally came out, it was £600. Even back then, that's a fuck lot of money, right? And when people
Yeah.
complained, Sony's response is just get another job.
What is it with these out of context? These out of touch companies just saying stupid shit like that.
And like the way they cut the price was they cut it down to 300 at the cost of getting rid of PS2 backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I remember that. For a while, I was trying to figure out like what PS3 to get because I was considering jumping to the PS3 at the time, but I wanted one with PS2 compatibility.
Yeah.
And there were only certain like early release models that had the PS2 compatibility, and then they just stopped it. So then I gave up on trying to get a PS3.
And then they released the Super Slim, which looks shit because like it had its tray opens up on the top, and that's like weird.
Yeah, I didn't like that design. I'm still stuck with the old version, but I don't have backwards compatibility on mine. Sucks.
Oh yeah, I thought of a joke when you mentioned that Professor Pickle mod in Generations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
For some reason, the idea just popped in my head. Mom, can you believe this? Sonic turned into goddamn Professor Pickle. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Cream, don't curse. I'm sorry, Mom.
I kid you not, mother. He turns into a pickle. Did you hear when Did you hear the official voice actor for Master Chief went jumped on that meme.
Yeah, a lot of people have, haven't they? It's great.
Master Chief is a voice actor?
Yeah, he speaks.
He only gets a few lines of dialogue here and there, like, but yeah.
He still says something. I'm pretty sure the voice actor gets a shit ton of royalties for it. But yeah, he does speak.
He's not Doom Guy. He's not silent.
You look so out of place.
Is she the French one?
The Empire City one.
Okay, I've got a question for chat. I put it on Twitter, but I want to know, in your experience, which Sonic character is the one that gets used the most in profile pictures?
I said Sonic and Shadow.
I'm fairly certain it's Tails, but I mean, everyone's got a different answer for this.
Any variant of Sonic, Shadow. I've seen a lot of Amy's, but mostly Sonics.
Doesn't make sense. The main character would be the one used the most.
Yee.
I
I remember having someone flirt with me in character as a Sonic.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was hilarious, actually. I even had to ask, like, is this in character or out of character? And then they responded, in character, and I just felt a wave of relief crash over me.
Did he demand chili dogs in exchange for sexual favors or something?
No, hold on, I saved the screenshots.
So, this guy is trying to have a serious conversation, and she is stoned out of her mind. And holy crap, her nose goes a long way! Jesus Christ!
Oh my
Yeah,
god, it's Barbara Streisand.
You can poke a fucking bingo card with your Barbara Streisand.
I love how it took you a second to get that.
Oh my god, I found it! I found the thing! I found the time when a Sonic role player tried to flirt with me in
Thank God,
character.
I found the thing!
Quote it. Read it out. Let's hear it.
Okay. Okay, so for context, I had a thing on my profile on this app at the time. It wasn't a dating app or anything. It was just like a social media like platform thing. I'm not saying the name of the app because I don't want to like shame this person because this was genuinely funny. I don't want to like make this person feel bad. So I had a thing on my profile like just as a joke. Like I seem to attract blue hedgehogs. So this is the interaction. So they're going, hi. I say hello. They say, you look beautiful. And I'm like, thank you. Still working on my avatar, actually. Don't know whether to do it digitally or traditionally. And they're like, okay, cool. You really do attract blue hedgehogs. And then part 2, and I'm like, it's certainly a thing that seems to follow me around. And then they're like, heh. And I'm like, why do you ask? And then they're like, because I'm really attracted to you right now. And I'm like, okay, well, I know nothing about you, so I'm not sure how that checks out. And they're like, I'm sorry. and then I'm like, also not sure if in or out of character. And then they respond, in character. That was the end of the conversation, and I just laughed.
That's the best. I don't like.
Can you imagine Sonic going through a midlife crisis to where he tries online dating?
Oh.
But
What would his likes and dislikes be?
But like he's somewhat innocent to where he doesn't get some of the innuendos. It's like, you know, she's like, oh, how big are you? Oh, about 3'3". It's like no way you're that big. That's my height, about a meter tall.
He sees the eggplant emoji and he thinks it's a topic for a chili dog.
Or someone tries to use like a Sonic specific pickup line on him, like, "Hey baby, how about you turn me into a blooper?" And he's like, "Oh, well, that's my nickname."
I mean, that is
so,
my nickname.
how are you?
That is my nickname, but I don't think you can go that fast.
Most people can't handle it; they get dizzy.
but like you know, she's he sees the auberge emoji and he's like, oh, I didn't know you were cooking. Personally, I don't like eggplants on my chili dogs, but hey, whatever works for you.
Now, Peaches, I guess you're a Mario fan, huh?
Oh, guys, real quick.
Yo.
Do you think the Eggman flag is an emoji in the Sonic world?
Oh, fuck it, can we not?
I mean, he's taken over plenty of nations before. It could be in there.
I disagree. The
Yes.
the PS3 did get better in terms of games, and plus, if you have the Slim, which removed backwards compatibility, and have no PS2 games, you can get remasters of those games. That's not a good justification, though. What about those people that have a Slim PS2, Slim PS3, but wanted to get PS2 games?
Zach, how come Zach deletes his messages all the time?
I don't know.
I'm not deleting them. Is someone else deleting them?
No, yeah, he message retracted. So he's deleting them himself.
What are you up to, Zach?
Now I really want to like roll with the idea of just Sonic on a dating app.
Huh, Tinder.
that's
Tinder. Sounds fast. Like me.
Meanwhile, Tinder is a cesspool.
Hey, Amy, why did Shadow invite me to some app called Grindr?
Oh, jeez. Okay, I think I have to talk to Picky. Okay, so
This is making some Sonato up in here.
So what's annoying? Some of these levels you can't access unless you talk to Professor Pickle first.
Oh, they gatekeeped a lot of shit in this game, didn't they?
Oh no! Now I just keep thinking of like if Sonic were on dating apps, he'd just be making fun of all the platforms. Like, okay, Cupid, more like okay, stupid.
Right, Tails, Sonic, just stop.
Sonic, you're the only person on Earth who thinks you're fucking funny.
Tinder.
Hey, I think.
Why do I keep getting hit on by furry women?
Hey, I think I'm getting used to this sarcastic humor of the younger generation. 50 million people told me to die. That's good. They're sarcastic. They're telling me to live.
You know, there's this chick who says she's terrified of me and she just wants me to die and never see her again. But you know, I think it's a start of true love.
Would Sonic be a simp?
Depends.
I think he'd be an unintentional simp.
Unintentional sim, but instead of money, he just keeps giving you rings.
But the conversion rate between dollars and rings is atrocious.
Or the rings are like human size, so it's the equivalent of him just giving it jewelry all the time, and eventually even that becomes worthless because he just keeps giving you so much of it.
I said for the people that didn't have PS2 games, if you have PS2 games, then get the PS2 or get a PS4, which has PS2 backwards compatibility. Okay, right, yeah, but back then they couldn't exactly get a PS4, could they?
Wait, when has the PS4 ever had backwards compatibility for the PS2?
That's news to me. But even
I've
then,
never heard of PS4 backwards compatibility.
But even then, right? Like, okay, I get what you're saying. Just keep the PS2. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know if the new consoles do and don't have this sort of stuff. So they would set because gaming shops do trade-in offers. Trade in your previous version and get a big discount on the new.
Oh, but the trade-ins are shit. The trade-ins are just such a scam.
Actually, over here they're not that bad.
Well, here my only option for any sort of trade-in is GameStop, and trying to get anything to GameStop is a fucking scam.
Well, here's the problem I have with keeping the old consoles is when was the last time you saw a modern TV that used AC cables?
Yeah, actually...
Yeah, that's the only problem.
Yeah.
So if you want to keep using your PS2 in the modern era, you have to keep your old TV as well, or buy a converter.
Yeah, and both my old TVs are slowly dying. I have a giant-ass CRT that the jack has been broken for, like, 10 years, so it displays just fine, but the display will occasionally conk out, or the game will appear darker than it actually is. It might show up fine on any game capture system, but it'll just look bad on the TV.
And that's a problem.
And I have a CRT that just won't. I have a CRT with a VHS built in that just won't turn on for some reason.
And that's a problem. Like CRTs are slowly but surely showing their age.
Yeah.
Like you can't you can't keep those alive forever.
There's only so many melee.
Like, I'm even debating whether or not to sell my CRTs. The reason I don't is because both of them were my grandmother's, and I feel a little bit touchy about giving anything that was my grandmother's away.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only person who could possibly... Like, the only kinds of people who could possibly want my CRTs are Smash players. And even then, they're both kind of busted, so they'd better know how to repair a CRT.
And even then, let's not forget that if you were to get a CRT nowadays, they are fucking expensive.
Also, I have two. The one with the VHS built in is small. I can carry that by myself, no problem. But the big one that still works but has the jacket display issue, is massive. So I can't carry that on my own, and if I were to sell it, I'd have to be like, it is this amount of money, but you have to pick it up yourself, and I can't lift it because I have arms like spaghetti.
Yeah.
And the cat's yelling because my mom is asleep.
All I can say is if the original games, then don't put the remasters or ports, because ports are meant for people who haven't played the original version.
But then again, Zach, you're implying that all of the PS2 games have been remastered, when not all of them have.
I bet the percent's like probably 15 to 20. Oh, hey, Longclaw.
Yeah, like I know Dark Cloud has like ports and stuff
See,
for the PS4.
she was always in Sonic.
She's been here since the beginning, we just never noticed. Actually,
I'm
funny
gonna
story.
cosplay Longclaw.
Funny story, after that movie came out, one of my co-workers came up to me and asked me, hey, is that bird character always been in the game? Because I don't remember it from the old days.
Huh.
I was tempted to lie and say yes.
You should have. You should have.
Yes.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
I don't want to lie to my co-workers, I don't like talking to them.
But you're from Liverpool. Liverpool is filled with
There's
nothing.
like 2 people I work with, like, and the rest
Whoa!
of them are scumbags.
Okay. Thanks, Gabe. Didn't realize I was facing the other way.
What? Oh, you can save it! Oh, no you can't.
No, I couldn't because I hit a wall.
One of my favourite things about this section is just how dangerous it is to run on the water. I love it.
Meanwhile, Sonic's just having a panic attack, just like, don't look down, don't look down, don't look down, you can do it, you can do it, Sonic. I'm telling you, can tell, you've told yourself that you can do this so many times, you've been to therapy over this, so you can do it, just don't look down!
The funny thing is, all of his friends can swim, but he just doesn't have it in him to learn.
I love the Boom justification for it, that his pride just got in the way of him learning how to swim because he's stuck with the little kids.
I know. I mean, that's Boom. I know some games that do feature animals that can swim. There are actual in-canon reasons as to why they can't swim.
Yeah.
Like Sly Cooper. Like he's a raccoon. his 2 best friends are a hippo and a turtle. They all can't swim. The reasoning, the in-canon reason, is that they were all raised up in an orphanage, so they never went to a pool to learn how to swim properly.
That makes sense. I like that.
But you know, the hippo and the turtle, they'll be able to breathe underwater.
Yeah, but you know,
Hippos can't breathe underwater.
they still
Yes,
can't.
they can.
They still can't learn how to swim.
Hippos can breathe underwater.
Can they? They haven't got gills or anything.
Okay, Google.
Tommy is on this like a dot. Anytime he wants to prove me wrong, he's instantly on his phone. He will stop his own stream to prove me
This is
wrong.
the first time he's doing this with me.
Can hippos breathe underwater?
According to San Diego Zoo animals and plants, their nostrils close and they can hold their breath for 5 minutes or longer when submerged.
Ah, I was right. They can't breathe underwater. They're just good at holding their breath.
Hippos can even sleep underwater using a reflex that allows them to bob up, take a breath, and sink back down without waking up.
Hippos are weird animals.
Also, turtles breathing underwater? I think you're thinking of sea turtles.
Did you guys ever see that story about the guy who had a pet hippo?
No.
You mean Pablo
Uh-oh.
Escobar?
I don't know his name, but the stupid fuck had a pet hippo, and he loved it unconditionally with all his love, like you'd expect from a pet owner. And then one day, the hippo ate him.
Oh my god!
It just fucking ate him.
Jesus Christ!
That's gonna be me if I ever figure out how to befriend and own a wolf.
You know, like you were talking, you're talking about that Sonic Boom episode about Sonic not learning to swim. I love Knuckles' line in that.
The prison line? Yeah, it's so good.
It's like, Knuckles, have you been to prison? I fucking love that line so much. I really do.
What was the line?
It was like,
We have to reenact it.
He was like, what you gotta do? He's like, the first day there, you gotta beat up the biggest and baddest one there. It's like, Knuckles, that's prison. Only if you let it be.
Well, they're talking about Sonic going to learn swimming lessons, and
Yeah.
he talks like little babies are the only ones he's allowed to learn with because he's so bad at swimming.
And apparently they can like smell fear and shit like that.
They can, though.
So Sonic says, those little kids can be so vicious when they smell fear. That's why, and then Knuckles goes, that's why on the first day you gotta beat up the biggest guy in the yard.
and then Amy chimes in and says, Knuckles, that's prison.
Knuckles, that's prison.
Only
if you let
only
it.
if you let it be.
Oh, Sonic Boom was so good. It was like, Sonic Boom has no right to be as good as it is.
Season 2
Sonic
more than
deserve it.
season 1.
Yeah.
Sonic doesn't deserve a show that good.
said IGN.
Oh, they would never admit to something being good.
Great. Now I really want to do like a whole Sonic on dating apps thing because now I'm just thinking like we're talking shit about him,
Look,
but like he's just so used to it that he thinks that's love.
Look, I'm pretty sure the warp zone has already beaten you to the punch.
Oh, dude, I can imagine. I can imagine Eggman catfishing him on one of them.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
He uses a picture of Elise.
I can fucking see it happening, you know?
Okay, so
Like, he's got pictures of all the prisoners he took on the Death Egg, and he just uses different pictures of all the women he has. To
so a little fun fact. So you could feed food to Chip, right? And when you build up and the more food you give him, you build up the friendship rating, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, when you do so, you get exclusive clips. But if you feed him too much in the early versions of Unleashed, that would crash the game.
Oh, wow.
It's like he straight up, you give him too much and he's like, yeah, game crash.
So is Chip what would happen if you overfeed a fidget?
Chip and Fidget would make very annoying friends.
I'm pretty sure E621 has already been you to the punch on whatever thought you were
Actually, no, I haven't seen any like Chip and Fidget things on E620 mode. I've seen Fidget and Ori,
yet.
but not Chip
I'm
and
gonna
Fidget.
Google it. I'm gonna Chip.
Why are you gonna Google it?
Yeah, very good question.
I just want to see. Okay, I'm seeing Discord. I'm seeing Orcs. There's a Sonic thing.
No, but I've only seen Fidget and Ori. Weirdly enough.
Oh,
I
here we
can
go.
imagine.
Chip X Fidget.
I can imagine Fidget and Chip having like an eating contest.
Alright, you know how you always giving chocolate to everybody? Why don't you give any chocolate to me?
What kind of animal is she supposed to be, like, based on?
Wait,
I
what?
assume a bat.
She's half bat and half some kind of
She's
other
an Nimbat.
creature, right? But it's like based on a fox and a bat or something?
She's a Nimbat.
Nimbats are just Nimbats.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, in my opinion, if I had to compare it to like any real-world animal, I imagine it'd just be like a cat and a bat made a baby that could talk and really
That
like
makes
to
sense.
eat.
I mean,
Cats
if
are
you were to
crashing the
question,
bed.
if you were to question species, I want to know what the hell Clonora is.
A cabin.
He's a Sonic OC.
I just
Oh.
want confirmation as to whether Dust is a wolf, a fox, or some other canine kin.
When you tweet Dean and find out.
I'm embarrassed. Unlike you, I don't have the guts to tweet my senpais.
I'll be right back, you guys.
Alright.
Like, I think the only... Speaking of, like, trying to contact your senpais or just people you admire, there's a YouTube channel called Legal Eagle, where he just kind of, like, analyzes, like, fictional media and, tries to see how legally accurate they are. And I did send him an email to ask, like, how to make a certain scenario in one of my stories legally accurate, but I haven't gotten a response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I found it a bit. I mean, my only issue with him was when he did the Ace Attorney anime, kind of forgetting the point that it's not really based on American law and judging it as if it was.
Well, I think the idea is that he's comparing it based on American law because he is an American lawyer. So there's that.
Oh,
So maybe if he were to like do a collaboration with a Japanese lawyer, maybe that'd be something, and they could kind of clarify what is specifically American law, what is specifically Japanese law in Ace Attorney, and stuff like that. Like that's the only real way to do a fair comparison, because he's just an American lawyer. American and Japanese law are completely different things. They have different processes. One thing I remember from that episode of like Legal is that like Japan doesn't have discovery, so you could just whip stuff out in the middle of the courtroom, and that's how you get like those. Like those gasp moments. But in America we have discovery, so we have to establish like all the evidence, we have to establish everything so there are no like shocks or surprises or whammies that completely shake the case in the courtroom.
Actually, they did base a case around that in the first Ace Attorney game, and it's bullshit. It is.
Yeah.
It's a case that isn't. It sort of is.
Oh, sweet, my favorite level.
Like it sort of is and isn't canon in the Ace Attorney world. I mean, it was there purely to be like, hey, we're on the Nintendo DS. Look at what we're doing with the Nintendo DS. But context-wise, it shits on the ending of the first game. Like it shits on it so bad because of what the sequel is meant to portray. and it's pretty much based around like Phoenix essentially trying to find the chief of police for murder, and the chief of police is using the law on his side. Where it's like, you can't present that evidence because it's not relevant. Phoenix is like, yeah, it's not until you fucking brought it up. It's a bullshit case. I hate it, and I have not touched the Ace Attorney trilogy because I have to go through that fucking case. Yes, I'm bitter about it. Sue me.
So you would do anything for Ace Attorney, but you won't do that, huh?
But the thing is, I'm gonna have to. That's the problem. I do recommend the Ace Attorney trilogy, though.
The thing is, like, I don't know. My love for visual novels is kind of waning. Like, I do love visual novels, but the kind of visual novels that make me work.
Fair enough.
It's too much.
Oh,
like,
Colin.
I like Danganronpa
sorry,
as a story, but I can't be bothered to play the game.
Sorry. I'm not doing it on purpose.
I know, it's still. What's up?
Mario plus Rabbids. It's on sale on the eShop.
I've already got it.
Oh.
Yeah, I never finished it, but I've got it. That game is surprisingly hard.
I gotta get Skullgirls on the Switch.
I got it because it's a mainstream Nintendo game and it's on offer for £7. How often do you hear about a Nintendo game going that cheap?
Oh, I wish they'd sell their games on sale more often.
Yeah, they really do.
Like, we were talking about me selling my Wii U to you, and you not being able to do it because you'd have to buy all the games again and then on sale.
Yeah, okay, right. That's a bit that's a bit fucking stingy from your end. Seriously,
Hey,
what the fuck?
A whole console and a few games isn't stingy.
No.
Like you'd have to buy me the ones that are on Switch, but you still have all the ones that are on Switch for free.
Yeah. So this motherfucker, right? He's saying, oh yeah, Tommy, I could sell you my Wii U, but you have to buy all of the fucking Switch versions of those games.
There's only like 3 of them that are on the Switch. Like,
but that's like £180 on its own.
How much is a console and that many games going to sell you? Come on.
Keep in mind, CEX are selling fucking Wii U's now for about 160 themselves because they upped the price.
They upped the price?
Yes, they upped the fucking price.
Why would CEX? That's fucked up. I thought those guys were meant to be the cheap option.
They have Switch prices as well. But even still, that doesn't fucking justify it. So I buy the Wii U from you. I had to spend over £200 just to buy a Wii U from you.
No, but come on, you can't put a price on Nintendo.
I might as well buy a fucking brand new Wii U at that point. You stingy bastard!
Gary's calling system a scammer.
I'm not a scammer because
you are a scammer though.
You wouldn't get a Wii U if I was a
selling
scammer.
consoles to friends.
You're getting an actual Wii U. I'm not scamming. That's just overcharging.
He's the Tom Nook of selling consoles to friends.
Tom Nook, bitch.
I could probably buy a Wii U cheaper on eBay.
I should look over the games I've got because I've got quite a few. There's only like 2 or 3 of them that
we are not having a sale. If you're gonna be that stingy on it, the fact that I have to buy your fucking Switch games, doing your fucking shopping,
I'm just cutting out the
just
middle
because you want to sell a console. That's like going to eBay saying, "Yeah, here's the console. Could you get me Mario Kart Deluxe while you're at it, mate? Cheers."
And could you pay for it?
Yeah.
Hey, I know you're at the grocery store and you're getting groceries and stuff, but can you get me a smart TV while you're out there? Thanks, babe.
Buying that Wii U was a trip and a half. Actually, it was a nightmare.
The professor mentions God.
Godspeed. Yeah, Sonic hears Godspeed's like, I can outrun him.
He's tried so hard to smite me. He hasn't come close.
Huh, God, you say.
It's like
inserted yourself in a fiction, where I was basically God.
It'd be like Sonic saying, if I'm not as fast as God, then may he strike me down where I stand. And then lightning comes down and he dodges it and he's like, ha! Too slow, bitch.
Imagine how that's how he becomes movie Sonic. Just, if God's faster than me, then strike me down where I am. And that's when he gets his electricity powers in the movie.
No, it's actually one of my favorite quotes from Dragon Ball Bridge. It's like, if I am so evil, then let God strike me now! And lightning hits Frieza and he survives. Ha! Nice try, God!
I had to pause the video first time I watched that joke. It was so good.
Yeah.
I was watching it with a friend of mine at the time, and I just burst out laughing, and I got Diet Coke all over my monitor.
I actually found out some little behind the scenes about Lil Creebo's audition for Frieza.
Oh yeah, I know this story. Tell it. This is great.
Okay, so Lil Creebo voices Frieza. Thing is, when they were auditioning, they were looking for roles of Ginyu, and they decided to have Lil Creebo try his voice for Ginyu. So he auditioned, but he did a scene with both Ginyu and Frieza, and they loved his Frieza so much that he admitted it was a stealth audition for Frieza. Because originally, I think Lanny Bator was gonna voice Frieza, but it was more like, you dirty monkeys!
Yeah, his voice is too deep for Frieza.
Yeah.
Unless you go on for the fake, not fitting at all voice thing, then yeah, you have to go with Lil Karibo's audition because it was so good.
Yeah, it really fucking was. Oh no, please! Give me some ideas.
It says to his skill as a voice actor that he could do it so well and also do a convincing Ginyu at the same time.
I mean, his Ginyu was okay.
Well, he wasn't half-arsed in his Ginyu, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, but like clearly, you know, he was meant for Frieza.
Yeah. Actually, funny story, when I first watched Dragon Ball Z, I legitimately thought Frieza was a woman. Really? Because that voice is just so feminine in the old dubs. I think that's why that joke of Krillin thinking Frieza wasn't a guy was in there. I think that's what that was a reference to.
I don't know who this Frieza is, but he sounds like a classy lady.
Dude, you do such a good impression of that joke.
What, me?
Yeah, you sound almost exactly like the one they used.
Oh, did that sun medal not count?
Oh shit, did you not get the sun medal? Ooh, that's... Oh, it didn't! Shit, you ghosted through it.
Oh, I got an S way. Oh yeah, I was looking at the playback. I got 1,001 rings in Rooftop Run.
Holy shit.
It's that easy to get so many fucking rings in Rooftop Run.
That's why the conversion rate between coins and rings is so bad.
One what?
That's one of my favourite jokes in Sonic for Hire, actually, is when it's like, I'll give you 1,000,000 rings to help me out, and then guys like, what? But the conversion rate on them is fucking terrible.
Or just like Sonic goes to a strip club, and instead of like throwing dollar bills at the strippers, he just is just throwing like metal rings at them. It's like,
no.
You know this is equivalent to throwing pennies at me, right?
You know what it is? You know what it is to pay the pole dance? He fucking punched himself so the rings spew out. And then everyone's like, take it up! And they hear,
he's just bashing his head against the wall.
Fun fact, Eggman is in the Egg Devil Ray in the Wii version. It's not explained why he keeps repeating, you little. It was actually a detail I noticed in Generations, where after Dr. Robotnik was revealed, if you were to redo the boss fights, you would hear both of them say, not bad, whenever you hit him.
Really?
Yeah. It was a weird detail I noticed.
I wonder if that's intentional or not.
Probably not.
So are you going to do the dialogue option where Amy asks you to go on the date that ties into Black Knight?
That's not until the end.
Are you going to do it though?
You're
going to skip it? Because you don't have to do it.
You go.
Oh yeah, because in Black Knight they actually had a date.
Yeah, with Sonic.
Which he completely abandoned because he wanted to insert himself in some Arthurian lore.
I'd love to imagine just like secret rings at Black Knight where his excuses. It's like, it's genie. You said that last time, but it was a wizard.
Alternatively, he's just a big fan of classic literature, and that's basically his self-insert fanfic that he doesn't want anybody to know about. So he just gets so absorbed in his like self-insert fanfic, which surprisingly is what a lot of Arthurian legend is. And it was a lot of people just adding on to like the legends of King Arthur and stuff by like putting their OC donut steals in there.
So the human race has been pulling this shit for centuries.
Oh yeah,
so he just gets so lost writing his fanfic that he forgets about the date.
I forgot about one pointless thing you can do in Unleashed. When you're grinding, if you hit the B button, Sonic changes his stance.
Yeah, they don't. There's no reason to do that.
Yeah,
is there?
he
It's
goes
just
from
there.
regular to goofy. I thought it was like to help switch rails faster. Like if you wanted to switch to a left rail, you just hit B and then swap. Makes no fucking difference.
Yeah, I don't know why they bothered putting it in. I guess just because it was in the older games. In Heroes, you had to spin to go faster.
In 06, you had to spin to go faster, even though that didn't really serve a purpose.
I didn't know you could spin in 06. That's shit.
Did you not? You were in the.
I barely.
You were part of the stream, right?
Yeah, I was in some of the streams, not every
Did
one.
you not
but
see
I wasn't
Sonic?
paying that much attention.
Did you not see Sonic and Shadow pirouetting on the fucking grind wheels? That's me.
I mean, I'm not really paying that much attention to the footage sometimes.
Oh.
When it's a game I don't care about, I am watching this stream completely because I love Unleashed. But 06, I was alt-tabbing to do other stuff.
Oh, then why the fuck were you joining?
Because you asked me to, and I wanted to.
You could have just said no.
Hey, just because
I'm
we
not
don't always
interested in
pay
the game.
attention doesn't mean we don't have the power of friendship on our side. You baka.
Shut up,
It's one of those things where I'm not interested in the game, but I am interested in talking and hanging out.
Whoa. Oh yeah, I can't fuck up on these ones.
Oh yeah, you can't grab the edges, shit.
No, well, because they're made of fucking ice.
Which is bullshit because his hands are huge. He'd easily be able to grab the edges anyway. But gameplay-wise, yeah.
There we
It
go.
reminds me of the old Doom 2 level, the chasm.
What's up, Sam?
What are you laughing at? What have you found? She's Googling stuff. What are you doing?
Should I read it or should I just share it in the Discord?
Is it appropriate?
Yeah, it's just dumb.
Oh, well, let's hear it. What's up?
Okay, so the other day, I don't think you were there, Tom. It was me, System, and I think Gary. I mean, we were just bored, and we were just showing each other videos. And I was showing System some reading videos, and it made him laugh. And specifically, it was Bone Apple Tea that made him just lose his mind. And just for the sake of it, I was just checking on the Bone Apple Tea thing. And I come across, who removed my post? I thought we were a free country of free speech. This isn't North Korea. God bless, Peter X.
Oh, I almost died watching that one.
I mean,
That video you showed.
fucking hell. I creased when you showed me you suck at cooking.
Oh, because I started off with the best video when I showed you him. So
Fucking cooking tips.
Like he's still pulling that shit and finding new ways to do things is great to me.
I still gotta find something that makes me just absolutely crease.
Sam, what's your favorite console?
I have a bias toward the PS2 because that was basically my childhood. Yeah.
Okay, there you go then.
But if we're counting a PC as a console, then maybe I have to. Oh, we're not? Okay. Fine.
I consider it a console.
You're wrong. Well, good for you, you're wrong.
What is a console but a more limited computer?
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. What is a console?
Vsauce, they're still going.
I believe so.
I need to catch up on them. Last one I watched was the what to do if the Fallout became a real thing video. And apparently, yeah, don't let that be a thing because we can't survive the Fallout universe.
I froze
Who knew?
myself. Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here.
Are those like frog fans? Like robotic frog fans?
They are ice polywells.
Yeah, I always thought they looked
It's
like
kind
that.
of cute, and I kind of want one.
It's actually pretty
You can't
funny.
pet it.
It's actually pretty. Yeah, you can't pet it. Though it is actually pretty funny.
No, it's cute, and I kind of want one for the summer when it gets really hot.
When you knock them out of their position, you will watch them just pirouette to get back to their to their place before they start trying to kill you again. However,
Yeah, it's
however, the
I think it's one thing
pathfinding.
where I don't want to pet it, but I just want it in my house. Because, you can't stick your hand in the fan. You get your fingers chopped off if you do that. But,
Now,
you know?
Zach asks System, what's your favorite console? Ah.
What's my favorite console? I guess the Xbox 360.
Right, Jesus
I
Christ.
played it
Fuck
the most.
ice physics. I hate ice physics. Desert
And
levels.
Gary says I was.
Sorry.
And Gary says I was frozen today.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an old meme.
It's cold up here too.
No,
That's an old meme, sir, but it checks out.
He's referencing The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, he's not. He's referencing Christopher Lee in that shitty space movie.
No, I thought it was in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog where he goes, "I was frozen today."
No, man, that's a Christopher Lee movie.
Was that not Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog? I swear that was Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, dude, it's a Hulk Hogan movie with Christopher Lee in it. I remember that joke. It's a nostalgia critic.
Huh.
He probably used it in the Adventures video, but that's not where it comes from.
Alright.
Oh, dude, how good was that voice actor for
Not
Robotnik?
being able to hear the music. I gotta have the wild jazz band open up another tab.
I still like Sad AM, Jim Cummings as Dr. Robotnik. Fucking Winnie the Pooh is Dr. Robotnik in that.
Oh, bother.
Fucking, we're not boomers, Gary.
Fuck you, Gary.
I'm not even 30 years old yet.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm getting close, but yeah.
I almost couldn't sleep last night because I was actually just having thoughts of turning old. I'm 21.
You're not old, motherfucker.
I know.
Oh, well, you're
I
already
know.
worrying about being old. I'm old too, and I hate it. I envy your youth. Can I steal it?
No, but the thing is, like I was just thinking of like fuck, like fuck. I'm worried about turning into an old man where I can't do shit. I shouldn't be having those thoughts at the age of fucking 21.
Well,
I've been having those thoughts since I was 12, buddy. You ain't got shit on me.
It's not a contest, because if it was, I'd have already won.
Oh, really? How would you have already won this contest about fearing age?
Because I'm 29.
Fuck no, I keep forgetting you're 29.
Yes, just shut up, kid. You were in school while I was in college.
When do you turn
You weren't
30?
even born when I was back in my day.
It's basically back in my day, yeah.
When do you turn 30?
August.
August. Fuck.
Can you tell us a back in my day story? Do it. I tell back in my day stories all the time.
Come on, you millennial.
I've only got one story kind of like that, but I don't know if it counts.
Let's hear it.
Tell it.
And we'll
Tell
judge.
it.
Back in my day, computers were just being introduced in schools. And because my dad had a computer in the house, I ended up being way better at the computers than everybody else in the class, to the point where I was skipping ahead of the teacher without even realizing it.
Nice.
Did your teacher ever get pissed off just like this fucking smartass?
But what would happen is the teacher actually pulled me aside at the end of a class one day and said, look, we want you to come down to the lunchroom instead of going back after break up to normal class. And what they did was they took me into the computer room that they'd been setting up. And they handed me a floppy disk. And you guys have ever heard of MS-DOS, right?
Yes, I have.
Vaguely.
MS-DOS was before Windows existed, so if you wanted to run anything off of a floppy disk, you had to know how to run executables by typing them in by hand.
Yeah, most computers back then didn't have an operating system, so literally when you turn it on, you just see the green dash waiting for you to type in code and shit.
Yeah, and what happened was they handed me the floppy disk and just said, can you get this game to run for me, please? And I was like, yeah, okay. And I just got it running without any supervision whatsoever, and they were all absolutely amazed. And I got put into an advanced computing class because of it.
Aw, that's a nice story. That's a great back in my day story.
Was that in primary school or secondary school?
Primary school.
I like to imagine, you're just there in year 5 doing that shit. And they put you into the advanced with like year 7s and 8s, and the year 6s look at you like, oh, dick.
It was great. It was like a weekend class that lasted for a couple of months, and I was just as good as all the kids who were way older than me. It was great.
Oh, that's a nice back in my day story.
I bet your
10
dad
Windows
Deserves
came
a
out.
medal.
I bet your dad will.
10 Windows came.
And then everything you learned was obsolete.
Yeah, then it was all fucking useless. Thanks, Bill Gates.
I like to imagine, Bill Gates introduces it, and like you and like the year 7s were just there with like the guy with his hands on hips meme.
What? Which one's that?
Like the ball guy. I think it's like the cricket league or something like that. But he just has his hands on hips, looking completely fucking disappointed.
I was disappointed because the class got cancelled after the Windows came out.
Aww. That sounds like it was a fun class for you.
Well, we got our computers really late because I grew up in a really poor part of the country, part of Liverpool. Our schools weren't great.
I mean, my primary school, 7. Jesus Christ, it's small and old, and the teachers there, I could barely even call them fucking teachers because they weren't. Like seriously, a school of 50 students where like there'd be 2 or 3 year 6s, and they couldn't tell when I was getting fucking bullied.
Ugh.
Oh, my high school was basically the same. So the story about my high school was that it was a brand new school, so they only had 9th and 10th grade for the years I was there, and I was in 10th. But like we only had like 2 grades, like 4 classes for each grade, and all the teachers were these like perky, like fresh out of like teaching college, like yeah, I'm gonna teach the youth, but they couldn't do shit.
Sounds
like
about
the
right.
only good teacher in that school was my history teacher. And she made history class interesting, and it was my favorite class because she was a good teacher, she knew what she was doing, and she was one of the few older teachers there. She wasn't like a crotchety old woman or anything, she was very nice, probably like maybe late 30s, maybe late 40s at most, but she didn't show her age, and she was still smart, she was on the ball with everything, and she's the only reason why I don't wish that school would burn down. But oh my god, all the other teachers in that school were ugh. Like, I'm told that none of them lasted long. Like, I remember, because I'm on the autism spectrum, because I have a diagnosis formerly known as Asperger's, I was put in a special program that was supposedly designed for kids with Asperger's. So, we could all learn how to socialize. That class was bullshit, and it was taught...
Are you fucking kidding me?
And it was...
Sorry.
And it was... that was a well-timed, are you kidding me? But the teacher that taught this class to, supposedly teach me how to socialize was just this young tart, probably straight out of teaching college. She liked Pokemon, so that was, a good part of her, but oh my god, she was stupid. You know what her first class assignment was for, like, the class that'll hopefully teach me how to socialize like a normal person? You know what the first assignment for that class was? Okay, another thing about this class is that I was the only girl in that class. Like, the other members of that class were 4 dudes, and I was the only girl. But you know what the first assignment was? It was, because this is a new school and all the clubs are starting up this year, the cooking club has asked us to make a recipe for them. How is that going to teach me how to socialize? You're asking me to help out a club that I have no relation to and no interest in. And how is this teaching me how to socialize? Are we going to interact with members of the cooking club? Are we going to do a, impromptu cooking contest in the school? What's going on here, lady? It was so dumb. She had, the stupidest, icebreaker getting to know you type games. It was terrible, and I'm told that the year I left that school, because I went back into doing home instruction, which is where a teacher from the state comes to you. It's not homeschool. It's very different. It's distinct. I always pointing that out, because I'm sassy. But I was told, shortly after I got back into home instruction, I was told that teacher resigned from the school. Because I guess maybe more people had a problem with her, or maybe she was just really that ineffective as a teacher.
Sounds about right.
I mean,
but oh my god, she was just this young little tart. Ugh.
In over her head.
Yeah, I should point out that over here.
In over her head, and didn't know what she was doing. Didn't know how to get very shy kids to socialize.
I should point out over here that tart means something completely different to what it probably means over there.
What does it mean over there?
You're essentially calling someone over here a tart. You're essentially saying they're like a prostitute.
Oh. She might as well have been.
Or a slut.
She might as well have been.
Believe it or not, there was an Adventure Time game censored because of that.
Yeah. Listen here, you. Oh.
Yeah.
She said.
Oh my god, you actually died.
Yeah, because I had fucking 0 health. Because, health pickups are bullshit, apparently. But I do remember when I was diagnosed with Asperger's, and the primary school was informed. They didn't help me with anything. In fact, they just decided to ridicule me in front of all the students.
Oh, my middle school was the exact same way because I was diagnosed in middle school, but my middle school did not want to cooperate with trying to give me any extra help or anything. So they were just bullshit about the whole process. That's part of the reason why I ended up doing home instruction. But home instruction itself is not a school. Like, I don't have a diploma that says graduated from home instruction. I have a high school diploma that says I graduated from this school. And doesn't mention home instruction at all. So for all intents and purposes, it looks like I did normal schooling. So home instruction itself is not a school. What they do to get you an actual high school diploma or, diploma for insert your level of schooling here is that they have to team up with an actual school. So that'll be your affiliate school. Like on paper, you will be attending that school even though you were doing all your lessons at home. So my middle school did not want to be the affiliate school. They did not want to cooperate with us. So technically I don't know what middle school I graduated from, and I don't have a middle school diploma as a result.
Jeez.
Well, the thing is, because my mum, when I went to see like a child psychiatrist, I remember I don't remember what I said to her, but apparently like after she was talking to me, she went out of the room and went to my mum in tears, begging her to take me out of that school.
Huh.
I can't even remember the fucking details, but I do remember when I left, the police was called on that school.
Huh.
And it turned out one of the teachers, who was considered the headmaster, didn't actually have a fucking teaching degree.
Huh.
Which made sense because all we learned was English, maths, and gig rowing and plays.
Gig rowing? What?
Yeah, he takes up gig rowing as a hobby.
What's gig rowing?
It's essentially those boats where you have 6 rowers, and a guy up front yelling stroke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to be that guy. That guy's got an easy job.
And yeah, so that was pretty much all we knew. Because and to make up for that, the school district in Cornwall pretty much made it a rule that any student who was taught under that teacher that goes to secondary school will be given additional help, like teaching support and stuff. Thing is,
yeah.
I went to a different school, so I couldn't receive that help.
Makes sense.
Bullshit.
The only thing I was entitled to was a word processor, basically a laptop, because they found out that my writing is slow as shit. Because the teacher didn't actually teach us how to write properly.
Huh.
And he hated me.
I remember I had this one teacher that she said I had the handwriting of a drunk person.
That's got a question.
Yo.
Which plot do you think is the worst when done incorrectly? Chosen one plot, time travel plots, amnesia plots?
The thing is, there are so many plots I hate, it's honestly hard to pick just one.
Yeah, you're not the biggest fan of cliches, are you?
No.
I love cliches.
Because cliches are too predictable.
People have this idea that if it's predictable, it automatically becomes bad, but I'm against
Yeah,
that.
well,
it depends on how you do it.
Yeah, but the thing is, the predictable cliches have so much pointless build-up to it.
Like, people have been complaining about the IDW comics lately because they all know Sonic's going to save everyone at the end, and I'm like, well, yeah, of course he's going to win
Well, yeah,
at the
because
end.
contractual reasons. He kind of has to.
I mean, that's not a cliche I have a problem with, but I mean, like, it's like those fucking like last-second timer cliches.
Oh, Deus Ex Machina stuff?
No, but like when there's an in-law timer and they always do it just the last second, and there's so much build up, It's like we have to press the button. It's like, what do I press? I hit the button. How much time did you have left? 0.1 second. Fuck you.
You remember that joke in Galaxy Quest? That was great. The way they did that trope. I love that.
Galaxy Quest?
It's a parody of Star Trek. It's like they have a ticking clock thing where the whole universe is going to get blown up if they don't push a button just in time.
Right.
And there's obviously a ticking clock. And what happens is they get to the button with like 10 seconds to spare and they push it and nothing happens and the timer's still going down and they start freaking the fuck out because they don't know why the button didn't work. And then as it gets to 0.1 of a second, it stops and everything shuts down. And then they're just like, wait, why did that happen? And then the guy goes, oh yeah, on TV you always push the button with just barely enough time left, and that's why it worked. And I thought that was a really clever little subversion of the expectations there.
I did say this during the Ori stream, but there was a sponsorship for like Film 4.
Film 4.
Yeah, it's like it was on More 4, which it was just a timestamp where they would show films.
Yeah.
And the sponsorship would take the piss out of certain tropes. And the one I loved was when there was a clock, there was a bomb with like an analog clock on it, and the police are going to this tank guy, and it's like, "Can you disarm it?" He's like, "I'm trying, but I don't have enough time." And the policeman goes, "Ah!" He reaches forward and he turns back the hand of the analog clock, and they smile and high five and welcome disarming the bomb.
That's good.
I was like, I fucking love that. I love. Okay, I don't mind cliches. I don't mind it when they turn it on its head. Like,
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Like, what's actually on the subject of cliches? What's a cliche that you like no matter what?
Cliche that I like no matter what is hard because sometimes the cliches I like get done terribly. I do like
Fourth wall
fish
break.
out of water stories.
A what?
Tommy said fourth wall break.
Yeah, it is a bit of a trope and a cliche, but I have a soft spot for them because 9 out of 10 times when it's done really well.
I misheard you, and I heard explodable bear claws.
I mean, System said fish out of water, so.
I like the fish out of water story idea. It's when it's done well, it's done great. But when it's done badly, ooh.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one. Could you explain it?
Have you ever seen Avengers Endgame?
Yes.
You know Ant-Man in that story has no idea what's going on half the time and has to keep asking questions.
Yeah.
He's a fish out of water, and he's a fish out of water is a character that exists in a story to ask the questions that the audience would be asking in that situation.
Thing is, I get that, but honestly, my problem with that with that trope is that I feel it's the writer's excuse to explain stuff.
You have to explain things in some way, so it's good to have a character there that asks the questions. That's why the Doctor always has a companion in Doctor Who, so they can ask the questions and get the explanations from him. Imagine what it would be like without it. You know, imagine if the Doctor didn't have anybody to explain shit to, and he just ran around doing stuff without saying what he's doing. You'd be lost.
I mean, realistically, that would be a realistic version of Doctor Who.
Yeah, but nobody wants realism from Doctor Who. They did that shit in the movie, and it was terrible. Did you ever see the Doctor Who movie?
I find it funny about the story of that film was that it was originally made to make Doctor Who more impressive for the American market, and ironically, it did better in Britain than it did in America.
Yeah, America didn't give a shit about Doctor Who.
Yeah, they really didn't!
It wasn't until the reboot came along and all the flashy special effects came along where America suddenly noticed.
Special effects in quote marks, because they have kind of dated.
Yeah, those CGI Daleks, man, they don't look too good now.
The thing is, it's like, you know, I still love it because the writing for, you know, because Russell T Davies is an amazing writer.
Oh god, yeah, he's my fave.
Like, but I mean, like, you know, when you're seeing those Daleks just like fly around everywhere and exterminate everything, it's a bit hard to take seriously, you know.
Sometimes I was watching the old ones, like the Christopher Eccleston episodes with the Daleks in them, and they look like a PlayStation 2 cutscene.
Well, I mean, like when they're not elevating, they are actual, like, you know, practical effects. Like it's it's actually someone in a Dalek suit, like in the olden Doctor Who and stuff. It's just when they're flying.
Sam, do you have any idea what we're talking about here?
My only memory of Doctor Who is just the finale that I caught at the end where that guy was trying to make everyone's face his face.
Yeah, system. Her first episode. Her first episode was the End of Time Part 1.
Oh my god.
What happened was that as a kid, I would just like flip through. I was more of I used to watch a lot more cable as a kid, but what I would do sometimes is that I would just flip through channels and just try to watch shows based on like the title to see if they were interesting. Like I remember watching Underground on the BBC just because I thought the title and the concept was interesting, and then I would try to watch Doctor Who, and I didn't know Doctor Who had such a fandom at the time. It just sounded interesting, like Doctor Who, huh? That sounds like it could be a good show. And then I caught it at the frickin' finale. And for years I thought I might have been seeing a fever dream, and I would ask like Doctor Who fans, and they're like, "Do you know what episode that was?" Because that was my only episode of Doctor Who that I watched, and no one could tell me which one it was until I met this corny Cornish man over here. And he was like, "Oh my god, you caught the finale of like David Tennant's Doctor," and I'm like, "Oh," and he's like,
You literally...
"So do you want to get into Doctor Who?" And I'm like, "No."
You literally caught the final episode of 3 seasons of build-up.
I love that description though. I feel like I was watching a fever dream because that bit where he turns everyone's faces into his is a bit of a fucking fever dream if you don't know what's going on.
But that's the point,
was
though.
12.
That was the point of the master.
I know and I love it. I love it. That's great. Thank you for that, Sam. That's hilarious.
Sam, despite the fever dream, I do honestly think you should give it a watch. I do think you might like it. Just maybe
Okay,
don't...
correction. The only things I know about Doctor Who is that fever dream, Allons-y, which is French for let's go, and I learned that because Italian, so shut up, Tommy. and you just want to mate.
Oh yeah, Catherine Tate. Donna, one of the best companions.
Not just in the new season either, like all of fucking Doctor Who history, she was one of the best.
I think she was one of the only ones where the Doctor actually acknowledged as a best friend.
Yeah, he got a bit sexual when Russell took over, I'll admit, which is a bit awkward.
I mean, dude, Captain Jack, he is big sexual energy there.
Yeah. I love Donna Noble when they, in the Stolen Earth storyline when they go to the weird space police planet.
The Janoo.
And the woman's like, "Who is the female?" And Donna just gets this look on her face, like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you right now." Just to her, "I'm Donna Noble. I'm a human being. We might not be the stuff of legend, but every bit as important as Time Lords. Thank you." And she's a legend, dude. Donna Noble for president.
Thing is, like, I remember someone pointed out where it's like, imagine if like the Ninth Doctor and Donna Noble were working together, it would just be a massive sass fest.
It really would, yeah. Bye, Zach. Have a good time.
All right, later, Zach.
Whatever you're gonna go do. Russell T Davies is actually one of my biggest inspirations for the way I write stuff. I try to emulate his style as best I can.
He is just an amazing writer. Like he can get the drama done so well.
Yeah, he never goes over the top of it.
Yeah, never goes over the top. Looking at you. Kind of forgot his name.
Looking at you, Pendleton.
No, not Pendleton. The guy that started writing Matt Smith and then ruined the Weeping Angels.
Oh, Stephen Moffat.
There it is, Stephen Moffat.
He had his moments.
So what were the Weeping Angels and how were they ruined?
Okay, right. So the Weeping Angels, right? I don't know about you, system. They terrified the shit out of me when I first saw them.
Well, what happened with the Weeping Angels is literally the definition of too much of a good thing. Spoilers for you.
Okay, so the concept of the Weeping Angels is they are these angel statues that don't move when you look at them, and if they touch you, they can send you back in time, and they use it to feed off that life energy you would have had to keep living forever. And they were only in one episode in David Tennant's era, and that was Blink. And it didn't even focus on the Doctor; it focused on someone else. But the ending was like just like the Doctor's message that like the angels could be anywhere, and it focused on like statues and stuff. It's like, ooh, creepy. Then
Any random statue.
Yeah, and the concept of it's like any written rule. It's like if you can't see the enemy, that's terrifying.
And imagination makes them more terrifying than they could be when you see them.
Yeah, exactly. And Moffat ruins it by a two-parter, and he makes the angels move. We see them move.
Yeah. Because the idea behind it was always they might not actually be stone when we're not looking at them.
Yeah, exactly.
I always imagined they would turn back to flesh or something. But,
Exactly, and the fact you can't even blink, because if you blink, they get you. It's like, shit, how fast are these creatures? You don't know. But no, we see them move at a fucking snail's pace, because Amy Pond has to keep her eyes closed, and the angels don't touch her at all. It's like, okay.
So they just reversed the rules randomly.
Well, no, there was an explanation for why they weren't attacking her at that particular moment in time.
It was a bullshit explanation, and apparently they can mimic
What was the
dead.
explanation?
The explanation was the angels thought she was looking at them.
Yeah.
Which is fucking stupid.
Even though she clearly had her eyes closed, and they could tell she had her eyes closed, because he had...
Okay, I can imagine the angels getting a little bit confused if they're a little bit dumb. If you have one of those, like sleeping masks, like, you know, the ones you wear when you're sleeping that have, like, the eyes open, like the cartoon eyes open?
No, because they're not stupid. They're actually really, really smart.
Yeah, they
can lead people into traps and stuff.
Like they know when you're looking at them. Like they can even manipulate technology. Like, there was one moment where there were 4 angels trying to get to the TARDIS, and they were disabling the lights, so the lights would be off, so they can get to the people quicker. Like,
but it's like,
but just Moffat just took a big shit on it.
Which is weird, because he's the one who invented them.
I know! That's the weird part!
Like, I'd expect another writer to ruin them. But the guy who came up with them, I think, would acknowledge that if you do them too much, you kind of ruin it.
Okay.
Yeah, my biggest problem with Doctor Who in recent years has been...
I remember you talked about that superhero character they randomly introduced as, like, being there the whole time.
That's the reason I stopped watching.
Wait, superhero character?
Doctor something or other. He's basically Superman.
Oh, wasn't that...
He was in a Christmas special.
Wasn't that Capaldi?
Yeah, that's when I stopped watching the show.
They had another episode where they literally brought in Santa Claus.
I didn't watch past that point. I don't remember that.
It was a Clara episode. Which, okay, Clara is just a massive bitch. Like, seriously.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember Clara.
Okay, so...
She's forgettable as fuck.
Well, no, because there was one episode in Capaldi's where she went missing or she was captured. I can't quite recall the details. But the Doctor spent 4 billion years punching through wall that's harder than diamond to rescue her. And she just goes like, why would you do that? This is exactly what I'm talking about. You shouldn't have to do this. It's like, he cares about you.
Ugh.
Oh, she was such a massive bitch. She one of the least favourites.
But it's just that Superman knockoff pissed me off because, like, they established that he's been around since, like, the 70s in the Doctor Who universe, but he's never shown up once.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the Earth's been stolen by the Daleks and been put in more danger than anyone could possibly imagine, and he never once got involved.
Every human being had the Master's face, and he didn't. The Titanic fell from the sky.
And he didn't get involved.
The Daleks, the war at Canary Wharf with the Cybermen and the Daleks. What was he doing? Fucking relaxing in the Bahamas?
Exactly. And then we get one line of dialogue to explain it where Capaldi says to him, look, no matter what happens, never ever use your powers to help people. Like, come on, fuck off, no. So yeah, I stopped watching after that. Anyway, okay, do you guys remember Sonic the Hedgehog? It's been like 20 minutes.
I love how it's always my streams where we you know, you guys realize that we don't stay on topic. Are you not used to it at this point?
I mean, I'm used to it. I'm used to things never staying on topic.
So why can't you just punch these guys? Why do you have to freeze them first?
Because they're slippery little bastards. Honestly,
I find it awkward that an ice dragon can
honestly, that is actually one trope I do hate, where they try to establish the fact that a character's been there for so long, but like tons of like plot holes say otherwise.
Yeah, I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
It happens a lot in badly written fiction nowadays.
Oh, you're being asked a question, Tommy.
Oh, what's up?
AKA Captain Marvel.
Lucas asks, I never really thought about this until today, but when you ban someone from a stream, what does it look like?
I don't know, I'm a moderator, let's find out.
Don't! I
wouldn't
mean,
have used that.
it's not really spectacular. It's not like the YouTube gods come down with like a holy grail of me banning someone. It's pretty much just like, you know, user has been hidden from your channel. There's literally just like a box with three dots. I click on it and I click on hide user from channel. It's not really spectacular, but you know.
Yeah, it's not like it summons some Lovecraftian horror to like. It's like, who would you like to ban, my liege? You say the username of the person, and then it just flies off into the atmosphere to hunt down that person and ban them from life.
I mean, I've never been banned, so I don't know.
When I was the less dubious person a few years ago,
Yeah.
I used to go into Steam servers in Team Fortress 2 and just take the piss out of like admins and stuff. And one time I changed my username to an admin's username, and as they were trying to ban me, she accidentally banned herself. That was a highlight of my life. That, and I know it's a dick move, but I couldn't stop laughing.
I remember I got banned on an SCP server for Friendly Fire.
Oh shit, dude! I didn't know they had SCP servers.
No, SCP Secret Laboratory, the free multiplayer game.
Ah, dude, that sounds awesome. I need to play that game one day.
Dude, have you not seen my channel? I upload montages of it.
I know your streams, but like your actual videos never get recommended to me, even though I'm subbed to you. It's weird.
When you click the
I
bell...
think it's because he's been posting so much on a schedule.
When you click the bell, set it to all instead of personalized.
All... Okay. I didn't know that was an option to do stuff with the bell. I thought it was just an on-off thing.
Yeah, they kind of changed it for some asinine reason.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't know how to handle itself.
YouTube is so bad.
It is. And that's why I'm still waiting for the day where Pornhub makes its YouTube competitor.
Oh yeah, you said you were going to make videos of that.
You know, if it came out.
I'm just still debating getting an OnlyFans
I don't
account.
think it ever will at this point. It makes me sad, because YouTube needs some competition to actually improve as a company. Because they have a monopoly over, like, you know, internet entertainment and stuff. That's just economics at that point. And I'm no economics person. I really suck at math, but even I can tell you that without a competitor, like, you know.
You can get away with anything without a
There we
competitor.
go. That's what I needed you to do. So this boss doesn't want to work with me. Well, put your face down on the ground, you idiot. I know what I said.
So, I feel like if they wanted to improve these monsters, they should have had them show up at the end to help Sonic and Chip.
I mean, the Dark Guy Phoenix is the only one that we've actually seen, like another, like, you know, like the chillest, the calmed down version of.
You know, maybe
they
I'm
should've done
asking
that.
too much of this franchise, but I'm trying to imagine what in the world this world is like, where you have beings like Chaos,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
and
Sorry.
Dark Gaia, and freaking Chihuahua that is not Chihuahua, because that's an insult to all Chihuahuas there. The freaking Pomeranian with a bad haircut that is Chip. And, you know, that's basically God's persona.
Chihuahua.
And basically trying to figure out how all these gods and other beings could exist in the same universe. But that's
like
just me liking mythology, but it's kind of confusing, yeah.
It's one of those things where you're just not supposed to connect them, really. Even though you kind of have to.
For fuck's sake, why can't I hit it? Hit the head! Sonic, hit the head!
Hit the head.
Thing is, the Gamma Ray is supposed to like slam his head to the ground and spin around at this point. But he's not.
Was it glitched?
He's not doing that. He only did it once.
Maybe you need to restart the level? Or start the fight, or something?
Let's hope not, because that's annoying.
It is, but if it's glitched...
You should be able to hit the head when you do that jumping attack.
Yeah,
I don't know why
I'm
that
trying to
isn't
do
working.
that. Ah, fuck. Mulligan.
Ah, Jesus.
Well, I have to. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm complaining about the game being shit, not about you. That is annoying. I'd hate that.
Did I miss the Dark Guy Phoenix boss? You did, unfortunately.
We did the Phoenix, yeah.
And it was weird watching Sonic beat up a bird.
And go for in between the legs multiple times.
Yeah, and just grab it by the beak and just take it by the neck. It's weird.
Okay, so I've been thinking about this lately. I've been wanting to commission someone to draw a picture for me for a long time, and I feel like I kind of want to do it soon if I get my job back properly.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I want someone to draw a picture of Lucario backhanding somebody.
Oh no!
Think about the logistics of that.
Oh no! Oh no! Lucario, no!
I want to see that happen. I need to find someone willing to do it. 'Cause
Lucario,
that's messed
no!
up.
I mean, you
I
could,
don't know why, but I just had the stupidest thought in my head right now. What if Dust is a Lucario?
you could no because
What if he's whatever species Lucario is?
no because he doesn't get stronger the more damage he takes.
Actually, what species is Lucario? Or what's he based on? A what?
He's a dog.
He's a dog.
What kind of dog?
Dog.
Maybe he's
What
a Dachshund.
kind of dog?
He's a dog.
Well, what kind of dog?
Big old puppies.
I think he's a mix between a Dachshund and a fox.
I've been told jackal, but I can't be sure.
I don't know. He's probably an up dog or a bofa or a ligma.
What's an up dog?
So much so with you.
I said what's an up dog, not what's up dog.
Fuck you.
You had a chance to do it right there.
I remember I tried that on my mum. She got so pissed off. It was like, are you gonna tell me what the fucking up dog is or not?
Oh,
She literally got so pissed. Like, tell me what the fucking up dog is.
Share your secrets of up dog with me, child.
Or no pudding for a week.
Okay. Hopefully that might make a difference.
Alright, I want to ask you guys a question, and this includes chat.
Mm-hmm.
Which of the Sonic games do you think would be best to make a movie adaptation of?
Unleashed.
Okay, movie adaptation, I can't really see it, but like if it was an anime or like a cartoon or something similar to Sad AM, I could see Forces working out, provided you had someone with a brain write the plot and basically make Gadget the main character.
Oh, so many wrong opinions in one sentence.
Oh, hush!
You're biased for
I'll never
Gadget.
stop loving that wolf!
You know, actually, probably Lost World.
Really?
So-
Yeah.
But keep in mind, it's got to stay in
Why?
canon with the actual movie that already exists. Don't forget about that part.
Oh, Unleashed.
So you want to go straight from that first movie to Unleashed.
Fuck it.
I
why
can see
not?
that working. I can see that working, yeah.
Oh, that speaking of movie, like specifically making a movie that reminds me back when there was this artist on Twitter who was doing all those paintings and stuff of just like other characters in the franchise, but like over Sonic. So you had like I think they did Gadget, they did Shadow, they did Infinite, and etc., etc. So it just reminds me that I thought of a plot of if you were specifically to take a Gadget and the protagonist of Forces, and then just basically put him in Movie Sonic's position of just like refugee from his world coming to ours, shenanigans happen. And I thought of an in-depth plot for it, and I'm so proud and so sad because of it.
Why?
Because it's silly.
Why isn't that working? That should work. Yeah, there you go. That's working. Didn't work last time.
Yeah, now he slams his head. Now he's doing that shit. Finally. I've never had that problem with the Dark Moray before.
Streamer's curse, my dude. Streamer's curse.
Although, fun fact, when you beat this one in the PS2 and Wii version, it spews out green blood.
Ugh.
Huh.
That's
Interesting.
And that's an A rank.
Forces could be a clone of the Avengers, and Generations could be a clone of Spider-Verse. They should do a Sonic-verse movie where all the different versions just team up. I know it would never happen because the legal bullshit, but God, that would be amazing.
Penders.
Thanks, Pendleton.
Pendleton.
He doesn't deserve to have his real name used. Fuck that guy.
Pendleton, Pennywise, Pennybottom. You're just gonna anything that starts with Pen, you're just gonna replace Penders with that, huh?
I'm gonna do a joke in Sonic Ops eventually if I get the chance where Silver shows up and accidentally calls Shade Leander.
Oh.
He's gonna be like,
Who was Leander?
You're
Knuckles
the famous
is-
Leander.
I think she was Knuckles' girlfriend?
She was female
I know
Knuckles,
Julie
but
Stu is
pink.
a thing.
No, Leander was female Knuckles, but pink. and even more powerful
I could have
than
sworn
he
that was Julie Sue.
This is fucking Pender's problem. His characters are all the same person. Fucking hate that guy so much. He's a terrible writer. And he put Anthony Mackie in a shitty comic book without asking.
I think this is the first time I've heard you genuinely mad.
I know, right?
Oh, I fucking... I'll be right back. I'm gonna go punch him.
Okay.
I gotta get him some bone apple tea so he can feel better. Oh, perfect! I found a Pokemon one.
Just getting some stuff for Chip.
I just copy-pasted a bone apple tea from Reddit just to... and I dropped it in his DM, just, maybe it'll make him feel better.
Knuckles looks a bit like Thor if you look really... Yeah, if you look really closely and squint your eyes, put an eye patch in front of them with a picture of Thor, yeah, he looks like Thor. Oh, have you got occasionally hiccups? That'll be a yes.
Don't even get me started on that fucking skunk character.
What, Tangle?
Bring him his fucking name.
No, not
Okay.
Tangle. Tangle's a lemur, you
Hey guys.
you baka. I dropped something in your DM so you could feel a bit better.
I was just thinking about that shit skunk character that he invented.
Which skunk character? I don't think I know.
The one who was supposed to take Sally's virginity.
Yeah, I'm gonna put rape in a Sonic comic. That's a great idea.
The thing about... That's why you don't get writers who aren't passionate about, you know, the IP that you're working for on the project. Because he wanted to make his own comic, but because he got stuck on that for a while, he basically just like, oh, I'll write my story in the form of these characters. And that won't be a problem, right? So, yeah. Like, if he had just been... If someone had just told him self-publishing was a thing... Maybe we could have avoided him trying to write Space Native American Game of Thrones.
Love of God, don't tell him about Kindle Direct Publishing.
Has he been working on his own comic for like over 10 years now?
Yeah, how's that going?
And he's still doing the front cover of the first issue.
That reminds me of when I wanted to make one of my stories a webcomic. Like, oh my god, I realized I have no energy to make a webcomic. I can draw, but my specialty is character designs. I can't draw backgrounds without tracing my own photography. I can't really draw dynamic poses very well. Or I could draw some well, but other than that, I'm mostly just good at reference sheets or art that's just meant to be pretty, and that's it. And yeah, but I was encouraged, like, oh, you should make it a webcomic, you should make it a webcomic, and for a while I stuck with that due to peer pressure until I realized I don't have the energy to do that!
I failed. I guess the Dark Gaia forces repossessed that poor individual. Well, you're fucked, mate. No, I don't want to buy anything. Fuck off.
Speaking of buying things, speaking of like consoles and things, like because you said Skullgirls was on the Switch, and you said it's out now on the Switch.
Yeah.
So depending on certain circumstances, I'm gonna see if I can get it this month or if not next month. And it'd be kind of fun if we could play it on the stream. And because Skullgirls is the only fighting game I even know any... Like, I kind of know what I'm doing. It's one of two fighting games where I kind of know what I'm doing. The first is Tekken 5, where I mained Asuka and Anna, and I loved them. And I especially loved Anna, and I just want to hug Anna. And I just want to be Anna. Because she's great. And Skullgirls is the second one where I kind of know what I'm doing. And Skullgirls is the only fighting game where I kind of know the terminology for it. Because Skullgirls does have a competitive scene, but they're not assholes like other fighting game competitive scenes. Like, I've never heard a peep out of, like, the Skullgirls competitive community where it's like, oh, avoid so-and-so because they're an ass. I've never heard anything about that
I've actually heard...
from the Skullgirls community. And also, because it's 2D animated, it's just really pretty to just watch people play competitively. Because at that point, you're just watching a cartoon.
I've actually heard about... Dragon Ball FighterZ has been removed from tournaments because Arc Systems demanded it.
Why?
Really now?
Yeah, they didn't specify a reason why. They pretty much said, so you seem to be having fun with the game. We kind of don't want you to play it anymore, and we'll sue you if you do.
So they banned it from like all competitive play?
Yeah. Every
Why is
tournament,
that?
I don't know. Every tournament though, now no longer has Dragon Ball Fighters.
That is interesting.
It was never specified why, but it was Arc Systems.
Like, I know Miyamoto is sad by the fact that people play Smash competitively.
Okay, first off, that's Sakurai, not Miyamoto. Secondly, they
sorry.
have nothing to do with Dragon Ball Fighters.
Well, yeah.
All systems are green. Dark Gaia activation is confirmed at all 7 continents. Electromagnetic signals locked on. All units converging on point 0.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, that's not good. That's not good.
Something's going on with the video.
Yeah,
I'm
aware. I had to skip that cutscene and unplug the Elgato. I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Whoa.
Something happened then. I don't know what, but something happened. Are we still live?
I'm still watching.
I think. Yeah, it's still playing for me. I had to refresh it, but it's still playing.
Sonic's just sort of tapping his feet in Shamar.
Yeah,
Right,
and
okay.
Chip's doing a weird float like he's gonna shit on your lawn.
Okay, right. So what happened then? I don't know if that just happened to my computer or not. But when you two were talking, the Discord fucking stopped completely, and I just heard like fucking ma. That's all I heard for a moment. I couldn't alt tab to end the call and go back in. Then I noticed the Elgato was freaking out. That was weird.
Weird.
That must have been terrifying. I hate when shit like that happens.
I don't know if that was caught on the stream or not.
It was.
I know
I saw
it's glitching out.
I saw the footage. I don't know if the audio got caught.
Yeah,
because
I
I
meant
muted it, but-
I meant the audio, but Jesus, okay, that was very fucking weird, but whatever.
Oof.
Sympathy pats.
And apparently you've been streaming for over 2 hours now. Cool.
Well, we can end it now if you two want to.
I don't mind keeping going if you want to keep going. I love this game.
I mean, I'm cool either way.
Okay. We can go for a third hour. I did actually do a poll because some people were saying about how my streams are going on for a bit too long. So I did run a poll saying how long they want my streams to go. A lot of people were fine with 2 hours or three more. I should check the poll right now just to confirm.
I agree with Lucas. This is the best. This game is the best.
Yeah, I got 5 votes. 2 said stay with 2 hours, and 2 said 3+ hours. So, yeah. I am making Eggman Land its own stream though.
Yeah, that's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Speaking of Eggman Land, that's the music playing on my OST right now. Sweet.
Nighttime or nighttime?
Night.
Okay, talking to soundtracks, I really want to buy that Kirby Triple Deluxe Super Mario 3D World soundtracks.
Is it good?
Dude, they are some of my favorite soundtracks. Even Kirby Triple Deluxe is my favorite final boss track of all time.
Yeah, I'll say Kirby has a surprisingly epic soundtrack for something as silly and cute as he is.
But like, thing is, they were Europe Club Nintendo exclusives, and I didn't know about Club Nintendo was a thing until after they announced they were closing it down, so I couldn't redeem like coins and stuff like that.
Whoa.
Which means I couldn't get the CD because they gave that shit for free technically.
Yeah.
You know, the big old asterisk there saying you need to buy games first, but like, you know, free CDs.
Like physical CDs.
Yeah, physical CD. Like I love collecting physical CDs. I want to build up my physical CD game collection. I really do.
Oh my god, I want to rebuild my physical CD collection because years ago when we were doing some renovations at my parents' place, we were like rearranging like the computer desk area that we had at the time. This was before I had a PC that I could actually call my own. And my uncle just had the nerve to throw out not only all the old PC games, but also all the CDs. Without asking.
Oh my god. That's a dick move.
Yeah, he's kind of a terrible roommate. And like, oh my god, even when I was moving, he'd pack my stuff and tape up the boxes without my permission or without labeling them. Like, I remember I would be looking for clothes because I was running out of clean clothes, and I'm like, where is this specific outfit? Because I need this specific thing, and I had to open up boxes and then tape them back up.
Earthquake! Earthquake!
What? Oh, whoa!
Earthquake!
Oof.
My brain is melting.
Whoa,
If
my
Sonic
head's
06
spinning.
If Sonic 06 was to be made into like an ultimate action movie, it'll be like the movie of the century. Same with Shadow the Hedgehog. That'll make an absolutely badass What If series, and then the movie will be about the roads Shadow actually took. Well, I've been saying for ages, and quote me on this, it would be really cool if they did some kind of multiverse thing where we got to see like what would happen after those different alternate endings could have taken place.
I don't know, that's a big ass quote.
Just like, imagine if the next game was about going to other worlds where Shadow turned evil or turned neutral, and we got to see the ramifications of all that shit. I think that'd be cool.
I think that's best explored in like comics or visual novels, but yeah, it would be cool. Like, even if it was just like a fan-made thing that was just very well thought out.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I'd be into it.
Yeah.
Shadow 759 did that with some endings years ago, did he?
Yeah, that's pretty much some of his first videos. Like, I think one of his first what ifs is what if Sonic died and Shadow lived in SA2.
Huh, I didn't know he did those kind of things.
He did it. He did. There's like 2009-ish. So.
Was this back when he was doing Gmod?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have a hard time watching those ones.
Behold,
Well, I mean,
I can fly.
Some of them aren't so bad. I mean, I do go back to his Shadow and Silver watch his stuff.
I need to just sit down one day and just watch everything he's ever made.
Okay,
It's like one sitting.
Lightspeed Dash on the Y button. I mean, it's a good thing Sega finally acknowledges that there are more than 2 buttons, but why do we have to wait so long to get the Lightspeed Dash?
Actually, I'm debating, like, now that I have a Shadow plush, I'm debating, like, whether I should try to recreate the Shadow and Silver watches formula, but with the plushes.
Oh, so have you seen that animated version of the SSS show? Have you seen that? Have you seen it?
You mean the one someone posted recently?
Yeah, they just recently made like a first.
I only watched like 10 seconds of it up until the we're broke. And then
Yeah.
I favorited it so I could watch it later.
Yes.
I haven't been able to watch it, but oh my god, it's just it's so corny. I also want to see if I can recreate the magic of that just with plushes instead of sprites.
I do.
I remember you showed me that, and it was good.
I do actually want to do a video idea with you two and maybe Jack and Henry.
Oh, what is it?
I saw another YouTuber do this recently, and I thought it could be a fun idea for us to do. So I got inspired by it. To where it's essentially where he got Scott the Woz and Nitro to guess game tracks.
Right.
And I thought that'd be fun if we did it. So like I could get a bunch of game tracks together, and just like buzz in and answer what game it is for points.
Are we guessing the name of the song or the name of the game it's from?
Name of the game it's from.
Okay, good, because that would be way too hard to work. I'd be interested in that. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of like what possible plot could I recreate if I were to try to do the SSS show but with plushes.
Silver and Sonic go to McDonald's.
Alternatively, it could be sort of like a Nyango Days kind of thing where you just have a human character that's kind of lingering in the background.
Hi, Wiener.
Okay, do you know what you could do with that?
What?
You could be like Tom and Jerry, where it's just your legs.
Oh, believe me, I've had that planned already. Everything from the neck down is fair game.
Sam, by the way, did you click that link I sent you on Discord?
Which one?
The Smack Jeeves one.
Oh!
Did you ask? You wanted to see that shit, and I found it for you. But don't make too much fun of me. Keep in mind I was a teenager at the time.
I'm not gonna make fun of you. You know the things I did when I was a teenager? You know the things I do now?
God,
I wish I could.
So many videos.
I wish I could say things were different back then, but they really fucking weren't.
Yeah, pretty much the same. The only thing that's changed is that I'm basically living in a dollhouse.
I looked at some of my old videos and I was thinking, what the fuck was going through my mind at the time? Why did I think Windows Movie Maker was okay?
Because it was free and everyone thought it was okay.
It's not free anymore!
Well, yeah, it's not free anymore. But...
No, they're fucking charging £30 a year for it.
What?
Yeah!
Windows Movie Maker isn't worth the dirt off my shoe, and they're charging 30 quid for it! What the fuck are they from?
I've never seen you get so offended before.
I am actually offended by that. That's not okay to do.
Like, I remember before I got, like, my copy of, like, Vegas Pro, I was trying to find, like, a substitute for Windows 10. Not Windows 10. Windows Movie Maker. But, you know, they didn't have it on Windows 10. And, you know, that sucked. And I was trying to find it, and all the, you know, the free, like, Windows Movie, quote-unquote, substitutes are bullshit!
Yeah.
There's one that looks almost exactly like Windows Movie Maker, but if you try to publish a project, like a finished video, it'll just open up a bunch of ads in your browser, like, to tell you to get the paid version of the program. There's this other one that I don't remember the name of, but its logo had sharks in it. And it was just so confusing. I didn't know what the hell was going on. That UI was just unreadable. And it was a nightmare. It made me feel dyslexic in my soul.
Thing is, with the you know, the update of Windows Movie Maker, you couldn't make videos longer than 5 minutes, and you couldn't export videos higher than 360p. If you wanted to, you have to pay for the full version.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Greenlight says, so that's why that's why AMVs died. Windows got greedy.
That's actually probably true, yeah.
Although, actually, it's actually ironic that like the AMV I did of Death Note, I didn't actually make that in Movie Maker. I made that in Camtasia Studio.
I used to have Windows Movie Maker back in the day.
Everyone had Windows Movie Maker back then.
I remember in high school we had a research class, and it was the most bullshit class in that entire curriculum. But yeah, we used Windows Movie Maker in it because we had to do video-based projects.
Oh god, sorry, I'm just reminded. I'm reminded of a project me and my then girlfriend at the time did. It was for geography, and we all were given a subject to pick where we'd research and make it into a video, like on Windows Movie Maker using slideshows. We had the option of 15 tracks, but the problem is we couldn't hear them. So what we did, I think is they weren't named. They were just track 1 to track 15. So we just plopped one in and went, yep, that'll do. And the thing is, we had no idea until we played it on the teacher's PC, and like everyone else had no idea. So our one was on Lightning, and you know, so while we're talking about Lightning going on, you know, talking about cumulonimbus, what you'd hear was fucking just fucking like fucking like heavy metal badass shit going on. It's like, oh, okay.
So you're talking about clouds. What would have been a better song choice?
No, but we decided to put music in there to make it at least entertaining.
Like, I don't know the name of the song, but it's like thunder, and it's just like, you know, drums crashing and things. That would have been a fitting song. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you know these little animations of Sonic turning into a werehog? These aren't in the PS3 version. like in the PS3 version, you just get a PNG of a spinning sun and moon medal.
Huh.
I suppose it's
Interesting.
easier.
Even though the PS3 was, like they kept saying how powerful the PS3 was, couldn't fucking load in a cutscene, eh?
I like seeing the transformation because that's how, kind of the whole point of like the werewolf trope. Is you're turning into something that is not human. You're turning into a monster, so you just gotta savor the transformations and stuff.
What have you, Lane?
Have you guys seen the beta version of this game?
Actually, I've seen screenshots because
'Cause I just
those are the
posted it in
screenshots. Those are the screenshots that are still used in the Xbox Live store of this page when I bought it.
Because I put it in the Discord. Apparently, at one point, they used to show a skeleton when he was getting executed.
Yeah, that was the early cutscene. It was like it would appear for like a few frames, if that.
I'm looking at this one picture, and his ribcage is incredibly small. Wow.
I remember I thought.
Can you show us?
I just put it in the Discord.
Oh, okay.
But, like, wow, he's tiny.
Oh my god, it's like, that's a ribcage root would try to draw.
I mean, he's a 3'3" hedgehog, so.
That must mean his internal organs are tiny, but also, my god, is his stomach going to be squishy?
Where are his organs?
Yeah, where are his organs, literally? Actually, no, that's my reply now. I'm stealing that, thanks.
Yeah, that's something Root. Oh, Root started drawing the skinny Sonics again.
What bands have people been jamming to lately?
Push 40.
The Sonic Generations OST.
I've mostly been listening to a lot of video game music, jazz, and classical music while I try to write. Yes, cat! Come here!
Throw the cat out the window.
Oh, sweet, it's Generator. Now I can shut down SCP-079.
So
My brain hurts.
I was looking up some SCP stuff lately. Apparently there's an interdimensional strip club. That's an SCP, and it just made me think of Rick and Morty.
Actually, okay. A little fun fact about 096. Okay, so how I read you to the bio, but like just seeing his face even in a picture is enough to throw him in a bit of rage.
You mean my self-confidence personified?
Sure. They did an experiment in 914 where they put in a picture of SCP-173 and put it on 1-to-1. The end result came out to be a picture of 096's face.
Wait, so they did what? Explain that again. What did they do?
Okay, they put in a picture of SCP-173, the statue.
The peanut statue.
Yeah, and they put the setting on 914 to 1-to-1.
What's 914?
The big machine where if you put something in on a certain setting, it come out with something different depending on the setting.
Oh, the fine, extra fine.
Yeah. Rough, coarse,
Right.
1-to-1, fine, very fine.
Okay. Yeah.
So they put,
I don't know every SCP off the heart.
So they put it on 1-to-1, and the end result was a picture of 096's face.
What?
And the notes were oh shit, as all of the researchers that saw it died.
What was the explanation behind that?
1-to-1 914 just puts like stuff in like that are quite similar to the thing that was originally put in the first place. Like one of my favorites is a chess set, where they put in an entire chess set with the rules of chess in, put it on 1-to-1. The end result was the same chess set, but the white pawn has moved forward one space. So they responded. They moved the black pawn, put it in, put the setting on 1-to-1, and the pawn moved again. And the notes were, yes, I'm fully aware that it's not a sentient being, but that doesn't explain how it's beating me at chess.
Was that a joke SCP entry or was that a serious one?
No. It like legit. You can check all the testing logs they've done on 914. They've considered that it might be sentient and that it has a sense of humor, because one thing they put in, and I fucking love it. It's one of my favorite research notes, where one of the scientists put in a CD of him singing a song that he made up that he created on guitar. They put it on Very Fine, and the end result were 5 CDs on how to sing. And the note said that 05 had to drag him out as he began punching and kicking 914, wondering what the fuck it thought was so funny. I was fucking creasing.
That's amazing.
So, dude, you have to read the testing logs. We can read these at some point. Oh, no. There was actually a Doctor Who one they did.
A Doctor Who one?
Yeah, where they put in a toy TARDIS from the 9th Doctor, 1-to-1, and it came out to be a 5th Doctor TARDIS. So they did it again.
Oh.
So they did it again with the 7th, and it came out as the 5th. And the note said, "This thing is saying the 5th Doctor is the best."
Fucking Peter Davidson. Jesus Christ.
There was also another one where they put in a crossword. And they put it on very fine, and when the door opened, a smoking ball of paper just came flying out. And the notes were, "Yeah, I really don't like crosswords either."
Okay, that's good. I like that.
It's some of the funniest shit I read. I love it.
The SCP writers, they cut their teeth on horror stories, but they've got some good comedy chops in there.
I really don't think it's horror anymore. I think they're just having fun.
It's a shame that Russian guy's trying to ruin it.
Oh, fucking hell.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, this one Russian bloke somehow got the trademark for SCP, which means that he could legally go to the SCP website and tell them to stop. He can literally give them a cease and desist for violating his trademark.
Something he has no ownership of.
He has no ownership of it. I don't think he's even contributed anything to the SCP Foundation.
He abused a Russian loophole in the legal system that lets him own something that nobody else owns.
I think the only one he can't touch is 173 because that was the first SCP and the original bloke claimed copyright that. Like, I think copyright.
Yeah, didn't they change its design because of that? Didn't they change its design because of that? Or at least like some versions of it have been changed.
I don't know, but I think you can't make money off it. Like if you're gonna make an SCP game, you can't make money off it unless the original creator has no problem with you making money off his brand, which is understandable. Like you know, one SCP, that's fine. The whole name, then you're taking the piss.
Yeah, he's just being an evil dickhead.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you jumping off the edge like that?
I thought I could make the jump. Hey, at least I corrected myself. You know, I was able to grab that much.
This is reminding me of you ever play the old Spider-Man game on the PlayStation 1? There's the old Spider-Man game on the PlayStation 1. They didn't have a lot of technology to work with.
Yeah.
So the way they got around making the city streets untouchable was by filling them with smoke.
Didn't they?
Right?
Yeah, they actually explained it. They didn't explain it in Superman 64.
But the reason they basically said that Dr. Octopus or whatever filled the city streets with poisonous gas that kills you if you breathe it.
Hey, I don't mind explaining it. Doesn't it? Doesn't explain what happened to everyone down below.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. Is Dr. Octopus basically killed the entire city? If that's the explanation we're going with here, and it's just glanced over like it's nothing. And now this is reminding me of that because like the city streets have been hidden behind fog, which is not at all how fog would work at night, by the way.
You know, honestly, just go back to the SCP talk. Fuck's sake, I died. There are some I genuinely do love. Like some that I wish were real.
SCPs that were real? SCPs that you wish were real?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind the little goo one being real, I guess, because he's cute.
I want the pizza box to be real.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It's the one where if you touch it, it creates the perfect pizza in your mind.
I like that one. Yeah, it's good. But yeah, just because there's a magical pizza box that gives you the perfect pizza every time doesn't mean that's an excuse to get fat on your work shift.
Yeah. Yeah, it's considered safe, and they have it in the cafeteria. But O5 have said just like we will remove it if you don't leave it alone and go back to your shifts.
Oh, dude, ouch. Of all the SCPs that I wish were real, I guess I kind of wouldn't mind having that vending machine that does the drinks.
Yeah. Then again, I also probably wouldn't. I also probably would want 500 to be real, which is the cure-all pill.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That's a good
But
one.
unfortunately,
That's in the game, isn't it? That's in the Unity game, isn't it?
it's in. I don't know about Unity. They did add it into Secret Laboratory recently.
What's it do? Is it just...
It's cure-all. It cures every single disease.
They've used a few of them, haven't they? I know that much. One of the notes is you're not allowed to use it for a hangover cure.
They have such limited numbers of it, and they have no idea how to recreate it.
Haven't they tried with other SCPs?
I believe so, but I know with you can have the cola, which does make you go faster, but it slowly kills you. The only way to cure yourself of it is if you take SCP-500.
That makes sense.
In Secret Laboratory. You should give Secret Lab a try. I think you might like it.
I mean, if I have the time...
free. It's free.
If I have the time, then yeah. Because I spend most of my time animating, and I've only recently taken a break because I'm waiting for voice lines. Once I get those, I'm back on the horse.
Oh, did you get back to that VA?
Yeah, apparently he forgot.
Oh.
That makes me feel fantastic to hear that.
Damn, thanks, asshole.
He's a nice guy.
Welcome back.
In the spirit of Unleashed, I have some chocolate chip pancakes.
I know you said your cat wanted pets. I just thought you left because like, fuck, they're talking about SCP again. I don't want part of this.
No, the cat just kind of wanted attention. I figured, okay, this cat wants something, so it's either her bowl is empty or something's wrong. So I checked on her. She led me to the living room, and she just wanted to be pet for a little bit. She just wanted attention from me.
Today, I've known that there were a period after opening on products. I was using 2 outdated aftershaves for 2 years. And other stuff there's possibility I got cancerous because of that.
What?
I mean, I'd be surprised if you got cancer from using old aftershave, but I didn't even know aftershave could expire.
I mean, if aftershave gives you cancer, you think they probably look into that a bit more, eh?
I mean, I just don't use it, so I'm good. But everything gives you cancer according to the Daily Mail.
I think the only thing that doesn't...
with sparrows.
I think the only thing that doesn't expire is honey.
Bee vomit is the only thing that doesn't expire? Shit.
Yeah, honey does not expire.
Do you ever see Sausage Party, that movie?
No.
Yeah, don't watch it, it's not good.
Good.
I watched it. It was okay, but don't watch it when you're eating.
The thing is, it's one of those films that I wasn't interested visually because it just looked like an everyday average animated film.
It looks like one of those bargain bin animated films.
Yeah, there was nothing in the CG that made me go, ooh, this looks unique. Like, ooh, food. It's just Food Fight version 2.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's meant to be like a commentary on like religion.
Oh, god damn it. Oh god, come on! Are you serious?
What happened?
You see the playback.
Oh!
Oh no!
Oh!
Doggo, no!
Oh, that's depressing. Press F in the chat, guys.
I hate knockback.
Yeah, as I was saying, my Sausage Party. What got me about that movie, and this is fucked up, is they didn't pay the animators overtime.
Yeah, I heard about that. But thing is, oh, for fuck's sake. Thing is like you hear those like stories all the time, though. I mean, honestly, it's just becoming like, you know, the sky is blue.
Jesus, that's a long, big knockback.
It takes Sonic so long to recover. And the problem...
That was 2020 in a nutshell.
And the problem
Can you block
is...
those shockwaves? Can you block those shockwaves when they come and get you? Can you like hold block and it'll be okay?
I keep forgetting I have the guard. But anyway, like the fuck! Ah!
I want to try using yeah.
The problem with those stories is that the more you hear about them, I swear it's at a point where you know, okay, you can block them. I swear it's at a point where, like, studios are thinking it's like, oh, so this studio didn't pay their employees, we can do the same. You know?
That's fucked up, yeah. They just sort of see everyone else doing it and they're like, we can get away with that too, because they did.
Yeah.
I'd be upset if Nintendo got caught doing that. I'd be upset if Nintendo got caught doing that.
I mean, Nintendo delayed Animal Crossing New Horizons to avoid giving their employees crunch time.
That's good.
Like that was the reason why they didn't want their employees to feel stressed about it.
Animal Crossing is the ultimate de-stressor, so that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Apparently, they lost a lot in stocks because of that.
That's integrity, I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sega over here.
Sings in my soup. Monkeys and rabbits looked look.
You heard that, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Animal Crossing. It's animal crackers in my soup. It's a song.
I mean, I don't play Animal Crossing, so
Is Game Freak making their employees do crunch time and stuff?
I have no idea.
Game
Like,
Freak pisses me off.
nothing against Game Freak. I only focus on Nintendo.
Why does Game Freak piss you off?
Because they're so... I hate... I got Pokemon Shield,
Oh,
right?
for fuck's...
And it pisses me off that a lot of the attacks are literally just the character model moving up and down and doing nothing.
I mean, yeah, but they've been doing. Well, I mean, even in 3DS version, they do that.
Exactly, which means they should stop.
In fact, I can think of only one game that doesn't really do that, and that's the spin-off, like Pokemon Colosseum.
Exactly, and those games are way better because of it. Because, like, it's so bad looking.
You know?
There's one move where the character model gets picked up and goes side to side like they're being shaken by a salt shaker. And I'm just looking at that like, that's not animation. That's not... If I did that shit, my YouTube channel would be down to 0.
It's not
And
right.
I'd deserve it. I did want to do a what if Sonic was animated by Game Freak video a while back. But, just
You
imagine
could.
Imagine him doing a spin dash, he just stands in a T-pose and then runs towards a robot. That'd be great.
It was super effective.
If Sonic's animated by Game Freak, you just put in footage of Sonic Chronicles.
No, because Sonic Chronicles actually made them attack the other characters. Like, Pokemon hardly ever touch each other in Pokemon games. It's insane. Welcome to Pokemon. Game Freak is cheap as hell. That's unfortunately true, by the way that some stuff goes down.
And yet, people will still blame Nintendo.
Did someone mention bad Pokemon animations? Yes, we did, Gary. Sonic would go fast without moving his leg. Yeah, he'd just stand still and move. Oh, it'd be so bad. I should do that. I want to do that actually now.
But
You know, the key to speed is not moving your legs and hoping the developers just make your model move
the
fast.
thing is, like, it's kind of old news at this point. I mean, you could easily make a national Dex joke about that, but you know, it's just old news.
Oh, the National Dex is still a contention point, isn't it?
Personally, I don't see all the buzz. Honestly, I think people are panicking over nothing.
It's the whole collect 'em all idea.
Yes, but like keep in mind, I'm someone who plays Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I play Yu-Gi-Oh, so I have cards in my deck that I use to duel. I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. Am I gonna bitch at Konami for not including some of my cards? No! I just rebuild my deck. Simple as. Because some of my cards aren't in that. Some of the cards in my deck aren't in that game. And what? Like, should I Is it really worth bitching over? I mean, yeah.
Well, your cards aren't like animals that you can form a connection to, like these Pokemon fans seem to do for some reason.
I mean, you'd be amazed at what Shadow Yu-Gi-Oh fans can do. I mean, but thing is, I'd argue that with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, yeah, where you can't form connections, you can at least form proper killer strategies with them. So you have the proper spell and trap card combo ready for when your opponent attacks, or say I'm going to summon the Dark Magician, I'm going to have my Mirage Dragon on the backup, and then my Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon ready to go as well.
And then I'm going to use my Pot of Greed.
Exactly. But the problem.
But like, even the thing about Pokemon is that it's not like the regular games don't really encourage you to make connection with, you know, your pet monster thing. Like, if anything, I get more of that out of Pokemon Go because you could take pictures with it, you could pet it, you could feed it, etc. Like, I have a little Poochina that I'm trying to evolve because it kind of looks like Infinite, and I named it. It was a girl, so I named it Infifi. And like, I get a little bit of an attachment to that, but I can't get that same attachment like to any of the other monsters in any of the other games because the other games don't really encourage you to make a connection. It's basically virtual cockfighting.
Well, I mean, you say that, but the new games have had things like Pokemon camps and Pokemon and Me and stuff like that, so they are getting better at the connection aspect. I just don't see the appeal of it because I don't think of virtual pets as anything close to real ones.
Thing is, I think
Yeah, they'll never match up to like real animals, of course, but it's like fun. It makes you think like, I guess I'll check this game every so often, or like, you know, when I'm on my bathroom break at work, or when I'm on lunch, I guess I'll check it and poke it or something.
I mean, honestly, I'd argue that the Yu-Gi-Oh fans would have more right to complain than the Pokemon fans because Pokemon. So it's like what, over 900 Pokemon now?
I think it's over 600. I don't know the total number. I'm sure Dark would tell me if I asked him.
The thing is,
that
that is a shit ton of 3D models that they need to make individually and code them all in. And that takes up space, right? Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yep.
They have all of those cards already scanned in. They have those PNGs already scanned in that they use for promotional material and stuff like that. Those are barely... The only 3D models are in those duel arenas. So they almost have no excuse for not including all of those cards, but yet they don't. So at the end, but yeah, us Yu-Gi-Oh fans, we don't complain. We carry on because we know that we can do stuff with other cards, just like the Pokemon fans can do stuff with other Pokemon. Oh, so what if your Pokemon isn't in? Play with the new stuff. Why does it matter that your special little snowflakes of a Pokemon has to be in this one particular game? Are you not satisfied with the newcomers even though you haven't tried them?
I know there's one person on Twitter I follow. She's very obsessed with her Manaphy. And she constantly draws fan art of how sad she is that she hasn't got Manaphy in the new game.
Boo-hoo!
Manaphy?
Yeah, it's that blue one that body swaps people.
Manaphy.
It's pronounced. It's spelled with a PHY in case you're wondering.
Okay. Oh, it looks cute, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little cutie. But I don't see the appeal because it's not fucking real.
It kind of looks like a bootleg Chow.
That's the second stage of a Chow evolution.
Maybe that's the chaos form we didn't see.
We did see
People
Chaos
get so invested. Yeah, who the fuck cares for Yu-Gi-Oh these days?
Excuse me,
playing a dangerous game.
There are tournaments that go on. Even the voice actors, the actual voice actors of Yugi and Kaiba, do play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, you were talking about Dan Green playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, he actually plays Yu-Gi-Oh!
I want to lose to Dan Green.
You think he plays Yami no Game as well?
I know he does actually have a Dark Magician deck.
I'd be upset if he didn't use the voice while playing.
I haven't seen footage of them dueling, but he and the voice actor for Kaiba do duel against each other in the tournaments. And they do follow proper tournament rules and stuff. Like
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
You know, I would just love to just see Dan Green playing the actual card game, but like it's Yugi, Yami, Knuckles, and like the detective from Descendants of Darkness that I keep going on about, but I can't for the life of me I can't remember that guy's name. Just all dueling together. And maybe Mephiles the Dark.
I mean, believe it or not, there are some proper strict rules in Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. Like you legally cannot enter if your cards are not in sleeves.
That's very specific, but I can appreciate it.
It's a rule. It's a rule to prevent cheating.
Well, yeah, it prevents cheating, and also just like from a collector standpoint, if you just collect the cards just because you like how they look and don't really care about the game per se, like it preserves the card at least. It preserves its resale value.
No,
and
it's
things
not,
clean.
No. But it's like whenever, like at the start of a duel, you shuffle your decks, and your opponent cuts your deck. Or you cut the deck, but the thing is that people will thin their cards, like they trim the edges. So a specific card that they want while cutting will always because you grab the edges of the deck, you know.
I'm back.
So when you grab the edges of the deck, if you trim the edges of your cards, you can't grab that, so it would fall back. So you have to have a sleeve on to prevent any trimmed edges of cards. If you don't have your cards,
I'm just thinking having sleeved cards is convenient because it keeps everything a little bit cleaner and neater. But okay.
I mean that too, but people play Yu-Gi-Oh! For the tournament.
I am so lost.
I just got back. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
He was explaining the strict rules behind Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments.
All this talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is E minor.
E minor.
Is that a Yu-Gi-Oh! joke I don't get?
I don't get it.
Not even I. I don't get it.
If the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh! fan in the world doesn't get your reference, then it's not a good reference.
Oh, I'm a bigger Dust fan than Yu-Gi-Oh! fan.
Dude, what a big divide forces.
Oh, and the sky is blue!
Oh, what's that? Sky is blue, grass is green, Madeline McCann is dead? Shocker.
Whoa!
Dude, come on.
She might not be dead.
I never expected him to be a Dust fan.
It's been 13
Can you
years.
believe it?
It's been 13 years, and her parents are scumbags for profiting of her being missing.
That is pretty evil.
Okay, so in 2007, Sam, the newspapers blew up, literally blew up, about this little girl, this British girl that went missing in Portugal. Because the parents went down to the pub late at night and some blokes broke into their flat and took Madeline with them. And the police investigation, they were looking all right, but after a few years, they couldn't find any leads at all. And the parents
so the case just went cold.
Yeah, and the parents refused to give information. They would not say anything. But they kept pleading the police to open the case.
So it's like the UK equivalent of the Casey Anthony case.
Sure.
I don't know if you've heard of it, but the Casey Anthony case was a big thing here that kind of rocked the country. And I remember keeping up with the news. I think I was 12 at the time, and my grandmother had the news on. We would just watch the news together about the case. We were following it as it was happening. So what had happened was there was this woman in Florida who reported her 2-year-old daughter missing. After she was missing for a month. Supposedly this child's nanny had kidnapped her and the mother didn't report it for a month. And, the grandparents had to eventually, call the authorities my daughter's saying that my granddaughter has been missing for a month. She's not telling me where she is. And the mother didn't want to give anything to the police. She kept giving them conflicting information. She wasn't entirely honest. The mother, by the way, was named Casey Anthony. And... So, daughter's missing for a month. You don't report it. Instead, you're out partying and drinking with your friends. And doing who knows what. She said she had a job at Universal. She didn't actually have a job at Universal. She was just going out pretending like she had a job, to satisfy her parents when really she was going out partying. And she got a tattoo that said Bella Vita, which is Italian for beautiful life, on the day that her, daughter, went missing, supposedly. And months and months pass, people have put all this effort into search efforts for this missing child, and eventually it was discovered that the child was dead in a swamp close to the family home. And it was theorized, okay, well Casey Anthony is obviously the prime suspect because she didn't report her daughter missing until a month after the fact, so it's very likely that this woman killed her daughter. But she was let off as, she got off the case as innocent, and she wasn't responsible for killing her daughter, even though that's most likely what happened.
Well, the
Because
thing
all
is,
evidence points to her not wanting to be a mom and getting rid of her child.
Well, the thing is, over here, it's sort of a different thing because the case kept going cold, and just when everyone forgot about it, the parents demanded to reopen the investigation with new leads, and even published a book about it.
Oh, no, that's just profiting off of the tragedy right there.
And Netflix, they made a fucking contract with Netflix to do a fucking documentary on it.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So everyone this was saying look, the parents killed her. We know she's gone.
Yeah, even the cat's mad. She can't hear you. Cause she was just meowing furiously.
What's chat saying?
Oh man.
What's up?
The voice actor for the soldier just died.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No.
COVID-19.
Fucking hell.
He actually died of it?
Yeah.
Damn.
He just survived a fucking heart attack too. I fucking hate this disease.
Damn.
Oh, that's a downer.
Oh, too right, hey. Fuck me.
I need some music to listen to now. I'm gonna listen to Sonic Halo sound. That always cheers me up.
I'm gonna chug down the last of my milkshake. Sort of like a solidarity sort of thing.
If you want to talk about some of the funniest fucking people ever to voice act in anything, you talk about the guy who played the soldier. What was his name? Rick May. You talk about Rick May. That guy was a fucking legend.
Well, I know what's gonna be the recent comments in the expiration date. And Meet the Soldier.
Oh man, yeah. We have to go over there and pay our respects or something. I'm gonna have to do that for the stream.
What shake you got, Arms Lucas?
Milkshake?
Oh, it's a protein shake. It's strawberry flavored. It's good.
Ooh. I like protein shakes.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're getting more expensive, and I can't friggin' find them at like a reasonable price. So that makes me sad.
Yeah, protein shakes are surprisingly expensive.
They are, and the powdered stuff that you mix yourself doesn't taste the same. It tastes like shit when you use the powdered stuff. Because they recommend using water, but that tastes gross. Then you try milk, and it tastes gross. I remember I got like the powdered protein shake mix, and I mixed it with milk. They recommended water, but I used milk instead because the water tastes disgusting. And it tasted like I was... And like, using milk with like the protein shake powder kind of tasted like I was eating diabetes salmonella.
Oh god, that's very specific.
That is...
Yeah. It was weirdly sweet, and it felt like I was eating raw cake batter, and not in the fun way where it's like you're a kid and you lick the spoon, and it's delicious. It's like you lick the spoon and you feel it go straight to your heart, and you just feel fat and disgusting. And yeah, it wasn't good. It was frankly really gross. So I only drink like the bottled mixed kind already. I don't trust myself to use the powdered kind. Gross.
Done the Wentos trick. I honestly keep forgetting about the Wentos trick.
Wentos trick?
Yeah. So the guy with the chow cup here, right?
Okay.
He can sell you stuff, but you can sell stuff to him, sometimes at a profit.
Mhm.
So you can essentially get you can get food items, sell it to him for a profit, and get like 99 chili dogs and stuff like that. Which you can feed to Sonic and get like tons of experience points.
Huh. I never thought eating would get experience, but okay.
Yeah, different foods give Sonic different experience points.
Chili dogs all give them the same one though, except for one, which apparently gives them slightly more than the rest.
The hot dogs that you get for completing missions gives you more XP. I think it gives you 70 XP, whereas the chili dogs.
And now I really want a chili dog. Dang it!
But
chili dogs are my favorite.
But the missions are a bit like specific. There's like you have to beat a stage in like 5 minutes or something like that.
I like how one of the missions in this game is go find the two ghosts from Night of the Werehog.
Oh yeah! And their models are so shitty.
They're very low res models that are hard to see.
They're very low res.
Oh, now I just thought of it. You know how I was talking about like doing the SSS show, but with plushes,
Yeah.
or maybe added like a human element, but like Tom and Jerry style, so you don't see the human's face.
Yeah.
I just thought like either at the beginning or end of every episode, the human just brings out a plate of chili dogs to shut them the fuck up. It's like, all right, you know you guys are terrible pets and you're even worse roommates. So while y'all have some chili dogs and leave me the hell alone.
Examples of a bad feeling, like geez, when you hear a loud ass thud in the game. Examples of a good feeling when the ball goes in the basket in basketball. Makes you...
Oh, gotta go down.
I mean, yeah. Out of that is when the frame rate always takes a nosedive.
Only in nighttime.
I don't know. I think some parts of the day stage. Like,
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, only daytime. Sorry, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Hey, Amy.
Amy. Amy is best girl.
She's really cute when she pouts.
Okay, what in your opinion makes Amy best girl?
I like her storyline in SA1, and I know it's basically been retconned, but I still like to pretend it's happening.
Honestly, I hate playing as Amy in SA1.
I don't mind it.
The amount of
I like smacking
upskirts,
things with
dude.
hammers.
What?
The amount of
Is that your only
upskirts.
problem?
Yes!
The amount of
Ow!
what?
Why? Why is that your only problem with it? You get to smack things with hammers and be Jeremy Clarkson!
No, it's just like
Your
her
only problem
storyline
is
is
the
great.
upskirts?
It's fine.
Yeah, and besides, she's wearing bloomers!
No, she's not. She's wearing straight up pants.
She's wearing
Bloomers!
wearing my undies.
She's wearing freaking bloomers under that.
Yeah, Night Blaze does exist. Do you want to count off how many games she's fucking been in? Let's see if you can get past one hand.
Yeah, damn it! Fuck, you took my joke! I was about to say, I'll give you one hand.
Blaze is great, but she's been in like 3 games. I'm not counting the Menos for like the party games with Mario in them. She doesn't count.
Not counting the Olympic Games either.
Yeah, no Olympic Games, no extra ones. She was in TSR. TSR, she was fine, I guess. She was the extra speed cat.
Okay, still can't go there. Okay.
So your problem with Amy
fuck, I
being
just
best
missed
girl
it.
is that she had too many. Is that she had too many upskirts?
She's 12.
Are you thinking of her
She's wearing
sexually? in any way?
No,
Yes.
I'm not. But that doesn't fucking justify it.
So it doesn't jive well with you, regardless.
Yes.
You wouldn't make a good parent, would you?
No, I wouldn't. I'd be like that fucking...
Excuse me, young lady, that dress better hit the knees!
I'd be like that fucking Family Guy cutaway gag with like Ronald McDonald as a dad.
Yeah.
There's like upstairs, you're a McDonald, not a whore. It's like Jesus Christ.
So,
Right.
okay, so you feel like that, so I guess that also extends into Sonic Heroes then, because you can see her underwear in that game too.
Sonic Heroes and also Sonic Dash, especially with the fact that you can see up Creams' dress without having to even try. You
Amy
hit
is a statue in this
you
game.
hit any spring in Sonic Dash, and boom, there you go.
But I assume she'd be wearing bloomers, so...
But again, if you're not thinking of it in a sexual nature, it's not a problem.
It doesn't make
Yeah.
it any better.
Doesn't make it worse.
You just can't think about it too hard.
Okay,
And don't forget, she is a cartoon
I
cat.
actually had to slow down there because holy shit, the drifting in Unleashed really isn't that good.
Yeah, it's very strange.
It arcs so much.
Tommy, Amy's head takes up 50% of the model. Your fault you want to see under Amy.
I'm not. I just have to jump and there you go. It's that fucking easy in SA1.
Sam, you say I'm squeamish, but this is making Tommy look more squeamish than me.
Oh, fuck you.
Huh. A little bit. Squeamish in a different sense of the word.
Oh no, trust me. I'm a bit squeamish with that blood stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah, I can't have no blood.
I love Scrubs, but I hate it too.
Dude, Scopes was so good.
No, I'm just thinking. So System said Amy's best girl. I'm trying to think of who I would think is best girl. So it's for me, it's either Rouge or Tikal.
I cannot get through a single episode of Casualty without having to look away.
Oh, dude, don't watch Casualty if you don't like blood. You crazy?
The thing is, like when I'm visiting my mum, that's all she puts on during the fucking weekends, and I'm crashing on a sofa, so I got no fucking choice.
Oh, dude, I hate spiders, so the thing I like to do every weekend is watch Eight-Legged Freaks.
Oh, fuck you. Oh, I tell you what, I bet you loved Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, dude, funny story about that. Okay. What's the name of that spider from that movie? Do you remember?
Oh, hey, he's on the Brooklyn Bridge!
Okay, I went to
I feel
London.
represented!
Hey. I went to London with my parents a few years ago, and we went to the Harry Potter experience at the studios where they filmed those movies, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know, when you walk through this place, it's basically like a museum of Harry Potter, you know, different rooms, different stuff. I didn't know. They went ahead of me at one point, because I was dicking around getting one of those boxes of every flavour beans. When I caught up to them, I saw them at the end of the room, of like a big square room, at the opposite end of as I was entering, and they had their phone pointed at me. And I asked them, what are you guys doing? And my dad just points up with his finger. And I look up, and that fucking giant spider model is hanging directly above me.
Good
Filling my view. And I legit fall over in fear.
I was
in front of everybody.
I hesitate to ask. I hesitate to ask, but how old were you when this happened?
About 25.
Sorry, that's just funny as hell to me.
Oh.
Honestly, I couldn't go to I cannot go to the Eden Project anymore.
What's the Eden Project?
It's have you ever seen leaflets of Cornwall where they have those big hive-like domes?
I'm going to be honest with you, we don't get a lot of Cornwall leaflets over here.
Basically, the Eden Project is like these two giant domes that have their own rainforests. That's
interesting.
Like actual rainforest ecosystems. And thing is, they have like a giant 50-foot wasp statue.
Damn, that sounds impressive.
Fucking scared the shit out of me every time I went there.
Eden Project wasp statue. Holy shit, that thing's huge.
It's huge, isn't it?
I had the silliest image just pop in my head right now. I have the mental image now of you guys visiting one another in either order, whether it's System going to Tommy or Tommy going to System. But I feel like whenever that crossover happens, instead of just seeing System's face in every photo they take, it's just going to be a dog, a purple dog.
I was tempted to do something like that for a while, just do a face reveal, but it's just that face on my face.
Would have been good April Fools.
Or you get a fursuit head commissioned of just that.
I've seen those prices, nothing.
I think this is a good enough time to end the stream. Do you two want to add anything before I finish it?
My brain hurts.
Giant spiders are scary.
Alright, this has been Sonic Unleashed for the Xbox 360. If you like what you see and you want to see more, be sure to let me know down below. Next time we come back to this, we are going to go to Adabat and maybe finish the game. But that won't be until Friday. For the Wednesday stream, I continue in Ori and the Blind Forest and get rid of all the shit that was in the tree. I think that's what I was doing. Well, yeah, that's all I got to say, really. I'll then subscribe. See you later. Thank you guys so much for watching. He's System509, she's AuthorSun, and I'm Sergeantmajormario saying ciao.
And there's the cat in the background.